Echoes in the wind. Every yard we claim, we play to win. They said we were done, they said we were through, but we bleed that blue, and we always knew. Stars over Texas, burning bright. Cowboys rising in the dead of night. Victory's ours, hear the thunder roll. We're the heart of the South, and we're taking control. Dak leads a charge with fire in his soul. CD breaks loose, unstoppable goal. Heaven's ghost in the huddle, Emmett stride in our veins. We carry their glory through blood and pain. Let them talk, let them doubt. We'll silence every rival with a knockout shout. One team, one dream. We ride together into the light. Stars over Texas, burning bright. Cowboys rising in the dead of night. Victory's ours, hear the thunder roll. We're the soul of the game, and we're taking control.
Well.
Yeah, we're
We
taking
told you we'd
control.
cover it. We're going to get into the positives, more positives, a little bit of negative. There was some negative today, but in large part, it was a big-time success for the Dallas Cowboys going up against the Los Angeles Rams. They owned our ass last year, big time, pushed us all over the field. My God, was it different today. The Dallas Cowboys, I hate to tell everybody, or love to tell you, whoever you root for, they dominated the line of scrimmage from the defensive side of the ball. Make no mistake, they dominated the defensive line of scrimmage. I would say this. The Los Angeles Rams did not play one player. It was Myles Garrett. That was a defensive player. Their starting offensive line was in 7 sacks. Donovan Ezeraku had a sack. Rashawn Gary had a sack. Quinnen Williams had 2 tackles for loss, a fumble, a forced fumble, and a sack. They had a total of 7 sacks across that defensive line. Again, I get what everybody's going to say, but we've been covering this team, and they got pushed around. We're going to break it down. We're going to bring in the Zoom crew. We're going to go over the positive and the negative real quick. The people who were not playing for the Dallas Cowboys today was Jayshon Barham. They're being extra careful. So he tweaked a groin. They're calling it a mild groin strain. They're calling it a mild. Hold on, let me let everybody in. They're calling it a mild groin strain. They kept him out. Jonathan Bullard, again, another guy who they're keeping out. He's a 10-year veteran, big boy. Malik Hooker was out for personal reasons. Devin Moore obviously tweaked, I believe, a hamstring. That was everybody who did not play today for the Cowboys. The Rams had one guy, Myles Garrett, who's dealing with some knee swelling. So, and we'll get into it, but we all know what we're all waiting to see. How is this defense going to look? They had Devontae Adams. They had Puka Nacua. They had Kyron Williams. Dallas Cowboys did not allow. The Rams had 2 positive runs over 5 yards. 2 all day. They had 2 runs.
Yes.
Excuse me?
I said this is a good morale booster for our team.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of positives here. Again, they could have gotten rolled and been Say, oh, same old, same old. They did not get rolled, everybody. They were absolute dominating the line of scrimmage. And this is a positive thing. Again, Justin Barron, we talked about, I'm not saying that I've been bringing him up, Randy, for the last month here and there, saying, don't forget about 6'4" Justin Barron, free agent linebacker that we picked up last year out of the University of Syracuse, Elijah Clark's teammate. And he had 1 interception, 2 interceptions, 3 interceptions today. One man had 3 interceptions from the linebacker spot. 1 was on Matt Stafford, and 2 were on Stetson Bennett. So we're going to keep it 100 here. But Justin Barron, if there was any question, just said, don't forget about me, everybody. Don't forget about me. So, again, I know Eagle Wade's father is visiting him as he heals from his accident. So he won't be on tonight. But we heard last night how don't get me wrong, they still need to add. Nobody's saying they don't. But as you saw, they were just fine against arguably the most potent offense out there. Arguably. The Rams. Everybody's anointed the Rams. They're the favorite to go to the Super Bowl by a lot. And Dallas, not only, Randy, did they beat the hell out of them on the field, on the defensive side. Now, Dallas, I will get to the offense. They've had again, I'm going to get all this out, and you guys can comment here and there, and then we'll open it up. But let me get it out, everybody. Justin Barron. Again, he's a guy, he's a tick under 6'4" at the linebacker position. Very, very athletic. Again, I've been saying the guy's name, and nobody's really either listening. Well, you're going to have to listen now because you probably made the team on this practice alone. What makes this more important than an actual scrimmage game on Saturday? Well, because the starters played today, everybody. The starters played. It's a controlled scrimmage, okay? Whereas on Saturday, it's going to be listen, you got to play some people, but you won't see Dak, you won't see you won't see CD, you won't see any of the big boys on either side of the ball, which is why they do that. You may see a series or 2, where you run, throw a couple and get out, but it kind of makes no sense. This is what they want to do. And by the end of the practice, the players on the Dallas Cowboys volunteered to do wind sprints. And they were mocking the Rams at their own facility as they were walking off of the field. Yes, they were mocking the Rams, saying, we'll see you at the end of the year. Make no mistake, Dallas was out to prove a point to themselves, not to the Rams. We get it. There is no game planning. This is vanilla, everybody. Vanilla, but they've been getting their head bashed in against the Rams the last 2 years. Well, there's a new sheriff in town. There is a new sheriff in town with this defense. I don't have time. Drew, if you're listening, this isn't the night to come in here and be negative. You can go live on your channel and talk about how great the Eagles looked. But the red zone. Let's get to the red zone. We talked about how the Dallas's red zone needed to do better. Dallas's offense struggled to run the ball early. Okay? It struggled to run the ball early. There was one play where Jaden Blue fumbled. Again, you want to make the team. That's not going to happen. That is not going to happen. You will not make the team if you fumble. Okay? But yet, our boy off of the couch, you had a long touchdown run on Thanksgiving, another long touchdown run on Christmas. Malik Davis just had the most explosive runs. They played Javonte a little bit. Malik Davis, and, I think he's on the team, and he should be. He deserves to be on the team. Jaden Blue, I'd watch him closely. I'd cut his ass if he continues. You cannot afford that. I'm not saying let's jump to conclusions, but that was definitely a negative. Terrence Steele was another negative. Miles Garrett didn't play, but it seems like Terrence Steele struggles against the quick guys coming around the edge. He got beat multiple times. Again, that can deal with one guy that's not like Terrence Steele did not play well last year. Who did play well was Tyler Guyton. Again, it seems like it's starting to come together. He's a beast of a man. He's a mammoth individual, and it's starting to click. He played very well. Again, the Rams have one of the best defensive lines, albeit without Myles Garrett, in the league. Now, I would say the Rams' offensive line might be their bugaboo because Dallas ate them up. And, it was nice, don't get me wrong, but I would be worried if I was a Ram fan that Dallas's defense was able to do that to you. But let's, get into the red zone. CeeDee Lamb had 2 touchdowns in the red zone. George Pickens had a touchdown in the red zone. Brevin Spanford had a touchdown in the red zone, and Michael Trigg, 5 red zone touchdowns today. Again, the offense was slowed on both sides, but when it kicked in, it seemed like that George Pickens was unstoppable out there. And again, the Rams had all their guys in there. They're not going to have all their guys when they play their preseason game this weekend. That's really for the rookies and you got to play 11 on 11, but you won't see any of these people for very long, if at all. So Overshown was everywhere. Again, I don't believe he's the middle linebacker, but he was everywhere making tackles in the backfield. That was a plus. D. Winters was solid, made a couple tackles for loss in the backfield. Again, just a solid guy. And Caleb Downs, he had a couple tackles for loss. He's solid. Again, like I was telling everybody, you may not see the flash with him. He's just a solid player. He's not going to give up the shit that was given up last year. But Ezraku had a sack. Rashawn Gary had a sack. Quinnen Williams had a sack, a forced fumble, and 2 tackles for loss. They had a total of 7.5 sacks today. So all in all, it's a lot better effort this year than it was last year against the Rams. And so much so that, they had, what's his name? The head coach for the Rams was, he had his one eye open, basically saying, wow, what a difference a year makes as far as he was giving praises to Christian Parker. Christian Parker, again, everything was vanilla, but Dallas seemed to have the step and the advantage on defense against that offense. Savone Ravel, another big plus for the Cowboys. Ravel had a good day. Ravel had 2 pass breakups against Puka Nacua. Nacua only caught 2 balls against Savone Ravel. Again, that's a tough guard, everybody. Again, like you're going to get beat. I know Bland gave up a couple small. There wasn't much that this defense gave up, albeit in a non-schemed up. But that's, again, last year, Randy, it was like this, and they got owned. So it was very encouraging. I think they're going in the right direction. It doesn't mean much other than it's not a shit show, right? So I'm very excited of what happened today. And it seemed like every writer out there was like, oh my God, this is a 180-degree turnaround from where it's been the last couple of years. Your thoughts, Randy?
Well, I was happy to see that we were organized. We were in where we were supposed to be when we were supposed to be there. We were making tackles or what you can do in these scrimmages. I was happy to see Flournoy. Flournoy is, man, I'll tell you
What the
what, he
hell
could
is a
make a
Flournoy?
difference. He was all over the place.
Yeah,
So
I was working, so I didn't see, so he had a good day too.
Yeah, he had a real good day, and Ravel had a good day. Other than that, it's a scrimmage, but we didn't look as bad like we did last year. We looked a lot better. I'm happy with the progress of what we're doing right now.
Yeah, again, they're going in the right direction, but when you see sacks, again, they had their starting offensive line in. Again, they had sacks, multiple sacks, and they're not scheming much, so it was just effort. So that was nice. That was nice to see. They're promising a big move. That would be great. again, they're a couple players away from really contending in my eyes on that defense. The offense we know is going to be good, but it was encouraging that they had all the red zone, success. Yeah. Bleed Blue, Barron had an unbelievable day. They said that on, the two best Cowboys out there that absolutely stood out was Ravel on Nakua and Devontae Adams, but more importantly, Nakua and Barron with the 3 INTs. Very, very impressive. It was just a very impressive day for the first time together out there against another team. And what happens, you kind of get used to blocking your guys, right? In practice, you practice against the same guys day in and out. It's good to go up against different people, right, Dan? Because they bring a different aspect of how to rush the passer. I mean, they have some good guys not named Myles Garrett. He was the only guy who didn't suit up for the Rams today, was Myles Garrett.
Yeah. Yeah, and the biggest thing about this too is that in this joint practice, everybody was flying around today. They got after Matthew Stafford, they got after Stetson Bennett, they got after Puka, they got after
Thank
Devontae.
you, Jimbo.
You could just name it all. I mean, the defense was just flying around. And Justin Barron, the undrafted free agent out of Syracuse,
last year, remember we liked him last year. He's just it's
Yeah.
kind of hard to evaluate with that. Nothing clicked last year with that coaching staff with the players.
It's always going to be about those diamond in the rough players that you have on your roster. That's the biggest
I
thing.
think here's the deal. Doing what they did today doesn't mean that they're going to the playoffs. But if they would have came out and looked like they did last year, I would not have predicted anywhere near double
what it
digits.
does do.
I'm sorry, I would not have. I told you last night that if they came out and shit the bed, Loyal, there's no way I'm predicting double-digit wins for this team. Now, it's in the conversation, and we'll see what they add to the team, and we'll see how healthy they stay, Loyal, through these 3 preseason games, because this is a war of attrition. The team to beat is the Eagles, obviously, and then, you got the Commanders, which are the enigma. And
This today was a moral victory. I mean, it wasn't anything big, but it was a moral victory. It was something for them to, go back and sleep good tonight. They can sleep good saying, "Oh yeah, we was hanging with, one of the big dogs in the NFC." So, I mean, little things. It's the little things that could lead to big things.
I mean, it was a positive step for anybody to say we're going to Super Bowl or be rude in the comments. You're entitled, but again, all we're saying it's a positive step. I would have ripped them a new ass if it wasn't. So,
Yeah.
And I'm ready. I'm telling you, Dan, I'm a little, again, the running back Jaden Blue, he's got to hold on to the football. Again,
Yeah, he does.
I'm sorry, but you can't play for me if you're going to fumble the football.
And this was supposed to be a resurgent year for Jaden Blue too.
Well, he looks great, but he always has that ball secure. Nothing like being in a game on the road, playing a hell of a team in the red zone. You saw it last year with the ex-Eagle where he fumbles going in from behind. The dude comes in from behind and knocks the ball. Hold on to the football. I know things happen, but Jaden Blue's a fumbler. So whether he's the backup or he has a spot on the team, I would not guarantee it until he proves he can hold on to the football. So it wasn't all positives, guys, but the defense was positive.
This is a good team building thing for the team. These are team building.
I mean, that's all you could do at this point, right? Is take the positives that you can get and the negatives. It doesn't mean nothing then it wasn't a negative. And it seems like they have like I said, it was vanilla on both sides, everybody. Just a
seems completely different from last year, because last year the morale, I don't care what no one says, that morale was gone.
Well,
last year. When Micah Parsons left, morale was gone.
Well, it was hysterical because after the practice, or as soon as it ended, the players started doing sprints without the coaches saying anything, and they were basically mocking the Rams. Now, again,
that's what they need to do. They need to pound their chest, because how many times if the Eagles wasn't pounding their chest, I guarantee it, all the other teams would be pounding their chest against us. They'd be talking shit.
Well,
guaranteed.
And I'm going to read.
Why can't we talk shit?
Yeah, I'm good. Well, listen, I'd rather that than be a punk bitch like you were the last year. let's
Yeah.
face it. They were punk bitches last year.
The dog world.
They didn't show up, and they got punked. The Rams punked them coming in and punked them going out. And, it was a bad tone. This is a totally different tone. Brian Schottenheimer, he was bouncing between offense and defensive series. He started watching defense. Jaden Blue had a fumble. Malik Davis had a nice long run. Malik Davis needs to be on this team. Like I said, he's the one that had the long run on Thanksgiving. He had the long run on Christmas Day against Washington. The dude just, he's just a player.
Yeah. And he brings special teams value too.
Yeah. Nakua had a step on a deep wheel route against Ravel, but Ravel had caught up and it was incomplete. So again, when you're going up against the Rams, you're not going to win every play. But they won their fair share of them. Jalen Thompson got juked out from Devontae Adams after the catch. That would have been a solid gain. So we're not going to, it's not all positive. First team drill offense is done. But
They're not rusty.
Yeah. Let's see here. Cowboys cornerback Savon Ravel just had the most casual hit stick I've seen. Went to pop a Rams running back, sent him flying, and forced a fumble. Again, Savon Ravel is a big boy. The fact that he's getting his speed back and he feels confident without the brace, that's somebody.
Yeah.
They went out there to pick on Ravel today, and he held up against the stud offense. Again, I like what I saw. And he's a guy that nobody's really counting on to start. But you
Looks
play
a little
nickel.
different in 28, doesn't he?
Oh, I didn't know you were in here. What's up, brother?
Oh, I'm around.
How are you? I'm sorry, Phil. How you doing, brother?
Doing well. Just letting people get their jumps in on there.
Yeah, I just let people in. I didn't know you were in on here. So again,
Yeah, I can see that. I see Drew here. That's why I know you're just letting anybody in.
Brian Moz are all Eagle fans. What the? No, they're not. Football Fanatic is a Cowboy fan. Vinny Hagen's a Cowboy fan. The Coyote's a Cowboy fan. Oh, you want to be a mod? There you go. I don't care. I got too many mods as it is. There you go. You're a standard moderator, Captain Taki. There you go.
What's up, Vinny?
Yeah. So, what's your thought? I mean, I don't know what you know or what you don't know.
Obviously with me, like I like to see the positive thing compared to last year where we just like I walked in, I was like, all right, let's see what happened to there, and just like my jaw dropped. We're just like, yeah, we were just punked all over the field last year, and so it was one of those things you're like, okay, hoping the coaching staff kind of like gets that together, and yeah, I'm with you in the sense that if it was the opposite, you would have reamed them and, definitely would have taken a step back to where, like, hey, can you, is this average or is it average? You look so bad because of the elite offense that you're kind of going against.
Yes.
Would have been a lot of questions, but then I'm with you as well, too, that, that's a great positive thing, but what does it mean outside of that? Once it starts getting beyond the vanilla, you're just happy that your guys showed up. They had pride.
But we
last
looked
year,
at
they had
this.
leaders going into that with Quentin Williams, Clark, any of those guys. That trade really hadn't kind of fully had gone
Williams
through.
and Clark were in the backfield all day against the Rams starting line. Again, we looked at this. We circled this date as soon as we found out the training camp schedule. So for comments like Drew, like Twiz, this is amazing. Again,
No, but and obviously even last year with the Saints,
and if it was going to be bad, we would have reported it like we did last year. So I don't.
Well, even the Saints,
want.
did some crap against us last year as well. So it's like, yeah.
Rashawn Gary put the Rams' first team right tackle in the dirt on his way to almost sacking Stafford, but Stafford just narrowly got the ball away for a short completion. Again, Rashawn Gary. Terrence Steele did not have a good day. Did not. He didn't have a good year last year.
Here, Nate Thomas doesn't either. Like he's not.
Nate Thomas has definitely not had a good camp either.
You might need to put him out in guard just to get him some like some confidence or something.
Unbelievable.
It's like he's like a turnstile right now.
But here, let's see here. I have a clip here to. Let me see. We're gonna watch this together, everybody. Oh wait, I forgot.
Yeah, so from what I was hearing, is like if you're in a backup line before obviously this scrimmage, but if you're a backup line not named TJ Bass, you got some shit.
Yeah. Let me see. I got to put this over here now because I forgot. I haven't, I added a screen, so now my screen share is on the wrong fucking thing.
Look at them. AV problems.
Yeah,
Like
I don't know.
I would
what
never
you
heard this a couple years ago.
Yeah, well.
Don't
All
they
right.
practice against the Rams on the 18th?
No, they practice against the Saints.
Oh, Saints. Sorry.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go, guys. Let's watch it again. Let's see who this is. Yeah, that was one of 3 interceptions from Justin Barron. What's your thoughts, Phil? One of 3 interceptions.
Yeah, it's about being in the right spot. I mean, obviously, it's the quarterback reading certain things and shoving into to double coverage right there. I think that's a big no-no. But that's the veteran also using camp to try things that you
Matt
wouldn't.
Stafford.
That's what you're thinking.
Yeah, Matt Stafford. That's incredible, isn't it? I mean,
he
just
read
being
it,
in
he
the
saw
right
it open,
spot,
and then
right,
boom,
Phil?
like it was right there.
Just being in the right spot.
Yeah, and that's the whole point, right? It's just that your coach is trying to put you in the right spot.
So what happened with AJ?
But if you're just like jumping around and you're in the wrong hole, like Murray was, like, yeah, that doesn't mean anything,
So AJ dominated JD5. Like, what happened? What happened? Did the Eagles scrimmage somebody today? I don't know.
Jimbo, that's hilarious. That's probably true though. Unfortunately. Jimbo says Phil has a doctorate in AV from Vegas. You can get a seizure just watching his channel.
Phil has a doctorate in AV. Yeah. Well, no, we're just looking at your comments, Drew. You don't have to say nothing. You're on a short lease tonight. There's not. You can say negative. Game time. AJ dominated Sauce today. Oh, Sauce Gardner. Thank you, Logan. That's all I'm trying to get. Patriots scrimmage. The Colts. Thank you, Clemente. I was working. Marcus, hop on in here, brother.
Yeah, Logan on with the Sauce. I mean, since that towards the end there and what he's done,
he used to be, right?
You thinking that he can jump back, but man, he has not looked the same since that whole Jets trade and everything.
Yeah. So there's rumor that Puka Nacua is going to miss week 1 because of that. To me, that's what's that?
I heard that too.
It's. I don't know what that. I think you should get more than 1 for all that, but whatever. It is what it is. You're going to feel bad after we roast the Eagles' ass, Chris May says. Listen, we got a long way to go before we get that far, but we'll see. We'll see. Logan was texting me.
I want to see these backups play, man. I want to see some people see with this depth, see if we have anything here, man.
Brother. You know
that's going to matter.
He's going to move the goalposts wherever he wants, but it's all right. We're not going to let it. Settle down, Chris May. Nah, let him be happy, Twiz. He's allowed to be happy, man. There's nothing to settle down. What's up, Big Pickin'? How are you? Barron is a former safety. He can cover Joe. Is that true, Joe? I did not know that.
Yeah, he played a little safety at Syracuse, I think.
I like his size and his athleticism. Yeah. So you didn't hear much from Shamar James. Isaiah Land had a sack today. Yeah, Quinnen Williams and Kenny Clark were in the backfield the whole time. Ravel had a good. Julius Wood. Is he really going to beat out?
I think he is, Bell. I think you might have to get rid of Bell in his contract. Honestly.
I feel like Julius Wood needs to make this team.
Like that's what I was saying. There's going to be some people that are going to push some ones in there. I mean, that's how it should be, competition, right?
Yeah, and that's what the preseason's for, right, Phil?
Yeah, these guys that they were way below average and back of the league. Yeah, man, your job is on the line, man.
Here's Justin Barron's second INT. So this was actually more of a coverage. Look at this one. I mean, he's in the right spot. I don't know. I mean, I guess they're not accounting for him to be there. I mean, he slides over nice.
Yeah. He just looks like he's playing zone, basically. Yeah. And I don't know how much movement he has. I mean, he kind of Larry Browns it a little bit.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. I don't know. It's I don't know what they were seeing ghosts out there. Let's see if they have the third one.
He must do hunting on the off season. He just blends in with the background.
This is gonna be. Tell you, Dallas was strutting today. They went into Rams and they were strutting. Let's watch. kicking shit, everybody. He is kicking some shit. George Pickens he's a trip, man.
Yeah, those cones will never be the same again.
Man. Very, very successful day. So what's up, Drew? How you doing? You in here, Drew? I guess not. I thought he was in
Yeah,
here.
I'm good, man. I'm just you know, I'm gonna let you guys shine, man.
Well,
Shine on. I'm good.
Yeah, that's how it should be. I mean,
Thank
we
you.
were looking at this
Yeah.
for a while, and we'll do the same thing next Tuesday, albeit against the Saints. But something tells me it won't be as good as this. Don't ask me why.
No,
You know, it's just how things work. We were looking at this because we know that we got handled last year, and it, in our mind, it was a glimpse of what could be. This is very positive. Does that mean necessarily anything? No. But it's better than coming out looking like we did last year. Steve Gold, Eagles will smack the Cowboys into oblivion. Well, Steve, we shall see. They have to play, brother. And that's what's not once, but twice. Maybe 3 times. Who knows? Captain Taki says, I agree with Brian Broaddus. I don't like Caleb Downs learning with Bell serves no purpose. Yeah, Captain Taki, I saw that. What he means by that, Phil, is, see, what's going to start happening, or what's already started happening, is they are looking at the 53. If you haven't stepped up now or haven't shown anything, they're kind of going to stop coaching you as hard, if that makes any sense. Now, you've been there at a higher level, so is that true? If you're not showing anything, Phil, what Broaddus was saying was they're not going to put all the effort into you. They're in their mind, they're looking at the guys who are on
Definitely
the 53.
True. Definitely true. Yeah, you have a certain point to shine, or just to say that you're understanding what they're going through. If you're going, it's just like honestly, it's like a tame boot camp almost in that sense. You know, they expect you to fall in line in a certain extent, and if you can't do that, then we don't have time to kind of wait for you to do it.
Yeah. What's up, Comic Flick? What's up, Louise Branch or Mary Lou Branch? Put it there. I'll call your name. I just don't know what your first name is. Brian Broaddus actually has a personality. We have Monotone McMuffin. Twiz, my problem is with Broaddus is just when you think he's positive, he gets super negative. And it's like he comes up with these, well, I was talking to this guy, and then you're waiting for it to happen. And then it don't happen. It's like, come on now. I'm going out on a limb for you, Bri. Lou Branch says, you want to start? Nah, I don't want to start. Eagle fans, hit the like button, my guy, because they are always here supporting. A lot of them are mods. So what's up, chat? Dallas posted join practice on their page if you want to bring it up. Really? Is it video?
It's weird.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
Like one-on-ones.
Yeah, they posted some clips.
Oh, okay.
I saw.
Yeah. Again, I'm not going to do that. I figure we'll just get our thoughts out. So again, Phil, did you see much of today's action?
Yeah, I was watching Vach. I was watching these guys that were out there, some of their conversations, seeing the tweets that were coming through, some of the corrections as well too.
Finally, the long.
But the fact, I think you were going to get it limited when they automatically split it and have it happen at the same time, which I think was brilliant. Let's just be real. I think that was a very smart thing to do, have those happening at the same time.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, 2 different fields, so it was hard to catch everything, what was happening all at once, especially with no video. But again, positive things that you're hearing, and obviously things you need to work on as well too. So I think that and that's what the Rams, to me, again, are the measuring stick, and they got to go in there knowing, okay, we got to really work on our interior offensive line or whatever, But we went against a Rams team that didn't have Myles Garrett and Aaron Donald. Let's be real.
Well, yeah, obviously, but I mean, again,
no, that's a positive thing. They didn't have that last year, and we got our ass.
we didn't have Barham, we didn't have Bullard, Malik Hooker, Devin Moore. I mean, it's not like we had everybody.
Oh yeah, so, a lot of that. But that's what I'm saying though. They didn't have those 2 guys last year, and they still did well.
It was just it was a surprise. I was getting a lot of texts while I was working, and I was like, wow, okay. Just very,
I was expecting it more 50-50.
I was expecting 50. I was expecting to take it on the chin a little bit and have to try and defend the team. All we're saying is we did the We did the inflicting, if that makes any sense. There's nothing wrong with that, everybody. I mean, that's what you have these scrimmages for. You know, I don't know. Did you guys see the coach of the Rams? He looks like a skeleton. He looks too much. He's too skinny. He's
Sean
too freaking
McVay?
skinny. Sean McVay looks skeletal. Yeah, I'll pull it up. He
They
looks
got you got a nickname for him now. You got Dracula already. Go call him
Skeletor.
Now Jerry Jones is Skeletor. He can't be
Well,
Skeletor.
I'm gonna try and find it here.
Oh, I thought he was Yoda. Jerry
He's Skeletor.
Skeletor.
Look at him.
I have not yet.
Here,
I was
watch
actually
him.
talking to Dave Ragone about that this morning, and so I'll have those. When do I talk to these guys next? Thursday. I'll have an answer for you on that.
Man,
Sean,
dude
when
looks.
you look at film when there's a
He looks
scrimmage
real
and skill
skinny.
prep, what are you looking for in particular?
Style of play.
Yeah.
You know, really just how we play with fundamentals, rules.
Put on
ball,
about
making sure that when it is kind of we
10,
exchange
15
personnel
pounds.
groupings and
Well,
predetermine
hopefully
the down
he's
and
healthy.
distances
It's
with the
nothing like.
exception of the
Yeah, I
two-minute
hope so.
situation.
He looks healthy. He
But I'm
looks
looking for the
he's.
fundamentals. I'm just looking
Just-
for some of the styles.
I don't
You ever
know.
seen with the shirt on with the beach thing? He's pretty ripped. So
Yeah,
I
he
felt
is.
like a lot of that stuff seemed like it was there, and that
It's
was
like he
positive
spends
for
a
us.
lot of time in the cold tub.
Well, he's tanned, and then the background is mainly a dark color, so it
He's
kind of
skeletal. Dude's skeletal.
yeah, but his cheekbones.
Bruce
right there.
Banner's is cocaine.
Really.
makes him look smaller than what he
Dude
is.
is fit, Vinny Hagan. He's fit. I'm just saying. He got Philly on his mind, big picking. Cowboys got him hot. We coming because they had a hell of a day. So I don't know what the Rams were doing, but we can't worry about that. So, it is what it is. Brian Schottenheimer did not call plays today. He let the offense.
Clayton Adams.
Yeah, Clayton Adams called the plays. So it got off to a slow start early on. But
Hey,
once,
because he's a running game guy.
yeah, and that's what they were talking about. They were like, well, it's kind of hard to really look at the run because they weren't tackling all the way to the ground. They were hitting and thudding, but they weren't. And that's why they like these more because, there's a lot less chance of getting hurt. These guys. Logan, it was meet you at the NFC Championship, said to the Rams owner last year. Coach been spending time at the White House. Marcus Black. Oh, God, here we go. But yeah, so I thought that it was a successful day. Anybody want to get in on this?
Yeah, like I said, I mean, it's these little things right here that could lead to big things. So, I mean, from a morale standpoint, way different. Because last year, you see the results. So,
Got to take the first step,
it's
right?
little things right here, and they'll go back to practice with more pep in their step. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah, I kind
little
of
thing.
think that they need to be looking for a right tackle just in case or work.
Yeah,
And a pass rusher.
and Terrence
Yeah.
Steele,
Yeah.
That's the only thing,
I'm just happy that this practice was a lot better than last season's. And it just makes you more encouraged about it because they're not going to be perfect. Nobody's going to be perfect, but I just like the what I'm hearing so far about the defense and especially the offense too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Very interesting.
Oh, you Drew.
Yeah.
But I also do
I'm
think
good,
that
Howie.
going into this joint practice, the biggest thing I was looking for was adversity, effort, and energy. And it looks like that they knocked off all those check boxes right there. They did
Remember,
everything.
that's what we were talking about last night. That we wanted to see him smack him in the mouth. It would meet
Yep.
their energy, and not only did that, they dominated on defense. I mean,
Yep.
they had 7.5 sacks in one scrimmage. I mean, it was very impressive, and they weren't even scheming to try and get pressure. They were so it was very impressive. We will see where this goes, but it's a positive. There's no negatives here. Nobody got hurt. But now
Biggest.
the Rams did lose Puka. He didn't finish. He got hurt a little bit. So I don't know the details of that. They said he's going to be okay, but he missed after he played about 3/4 of the scrimmage. Um, you know, listen, there's a reason why the Rams wanted to do it. They feel like, him and Shoddy are close friends, and they feel like they can get a lot accomplished. Plus, now it's on tape, right? And they can go and finish out the camp and use it as a tool to what they did right and what they did wrong. Rams defense is really good, so it was encouraging. It started out slow, but it started out slow for both sides. I expected Dallas to give up more. I'll just be honest with you. Playing vanilla, I just figured they would, but they didn't. So I thought that was a positive. I don't know how we could see it any other way.
It's a good step in the right direction.
Yeah, and it definitely is. But now we turn our heads to Saturday, where Dallas plays the Seattle Seahawks in a game where I just want to get through the game healthy, and we need to see now Jaden Blue. You got to tote the rock, and now you need to beat out Phil Maffa or Israel Banakanda. I'm about ready to cut Jaden Blue just because of the fumble. Sorry. Again, you've done it throughout your college career. You want to be a part of this backfield. You can't be doing that. So that's just my opinion. I know that's harsh, but I'm ready to move on from him. Anybody differ with their opinion?
I agree
No,
with how Malik Davis is playing. I agree with you.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. I think this is the year that Jaden Blue needs to put up or shut up.
But I don't think he deserves to be on the team if he can't get through these games.
Got him.
Well, again, his issue was ball security in college, Drew, right? And he wasn't, I mean, I'm not going to cut him after today, but he needs to, if he keeps fumbling, how can you make somebody's team? I don't see.
Yeah, what would Jimmy Johnson do, right?
I mean, is he that good, Drew? I don't think he's that good. He's nice, but you know what I mean? I don't know.
If he's that good, but I mean, you want to develop players, and I think that's something that
you could try and get him on a practice squad. He wasn't a high pick. I mean, right? It was he a fifth or Phil? Right. I forget. I don't know. I'm just saying. I hear what you're saying, Drew, but dude,
I think that's a big key that you guys have to really take into factor with Dallas growing is developing players. You guys,
he's fumbling. Get him out of here. I mean, I don't. I mean, no. I mean, what is that? No. Like, yes, develop players, but if a guy's had a problem in college and he's in the NFL doing it, you get rid of his ass. Come on now. What is that?
Yeah, it's the second year. He's got to do.
Well, again, I'm gonna let him finish out training camp. I'm gonna just give more opportunities, Drew.
He'll run an 80-something yard touchdown out of nowhere. Well, no, but he'll fumble also. So
he's been on the hot seat, Drew. You know that he hasn't. He couldn't get on the field last year because of his off the field
commitments.
He wasn't mature. He couldn't. Listen, positive. He's stepped up with the pass pro. You have to be able to pass pro in the pros, or you can't play running back, right? You got to be able to protect your quarterback. So he's done better there. I'm just saying, Drew, he needs to get the ball a lot over these next three.
Well, yeah, preseason. If he does well there, boom, there you go.
Yeah, if it proves me wrong, fine. That's a good thing. But, believe it or not, one of the stronger parts of the team has been the running backs with Javonte and Phil Maffa again. He's in the second year. We love Malik Davis. Dude was a baller last year for us. Malik Davis, and obviously you have Hunter Lepke. He's probably not cut yet,
that
Drew.
was one
but
of the weaker points of your offense.
Well, coming in, but
not at all.
Right now, it's one of our strengths when all the beat writers say their running back room looks fantastic. So again, that's what second year Phil Maffa out of Clemson. So that's really not the issue.
I think that's the one position where I like is like running back. You never know where that's going to come from. Yes, you could draft high, you could draft undrafted.
Remember we had Hamburg.
A great running back's a great running back. They got vision and everything. And those things can, some things, coming from the college level to the NFL can click, and then all of a sudden you get it. especially if you get the right
But
coaching.
on the outside looking in, you would say, wow, that was a weak spot. No, it really hasn't been. I would tell you if it is. It really hasn't been. But Jaden Blue has been a positive. But he fumbled today in a situation where he can't be fumbling. And, that's all I'm saying. He needs to not fumble. But we'll see. Again, it's early yet. Again, he's going to get his opportunity. Look out for Phil Maffa. I think Malik Davis, who came off, he had been on the Cowboys for a few years. He came off the couch last year to bail him out and had a hell of a few games with them, and it seems like he's grown up. Him being away from the game, Malik, I think helped him. So maybe he values it more. I don't know. But I'm anxious to see Phil Maffa. So again, he averaged over 5 yards a carry at Clemson. He's a battering ram. He always goes forward. Again, Jaden Blue's got to beat out one of these guys. I don't know. How many think they're going to keep? Phil? 4? I mean, with Emmett, they never kept. I mean, not Emmett. With what's his name? Zeke. They never kept 4. They always keep 2 or 3 because he was such a beast. They wore him out. We
just got to see what's going on in the preseason. Just because, if you all of a sudden got a receiver that you can't
Plus
really
injuries,
decide that
right?
one, you got to take it away from there. Maybe
I don't think they're going to cut Blue. To Drew's point, I don't think they will. I'm just saying. I'm a little. I was worried about that. And now he fumbled, right? So it was like sometimes you just can't cure it. Some guys just can't, get over it. If he's a fumbler, you can't stay
Ricky
in the
Waters.
league for long. That's all. Who?
Ricky Waters is always
For who? For what? For who? For what? that was the alligator arms. I thought he did. I thought he did the alligator arms, but
maybe he did that too.
Let's see here. Wow, Jesse, Terrion Arnold is visiting the Giants.
Oh.
He's going to jail.
Yep.
I also heard Trayvon Diggs worked out with the Lions.
Yes. Trayvon Diggs worked out with the Lions.
Someone's going to pick him up.
So, Joe DeMasi, what was your thought? I mean, after today, I know you're out there close to the situation, kind of close. What were they saying out there?
It's it's all everybody's speaking good right now. It's practice, but we'll see. We'll see.
But I mean,
think
from the Rams side,
Yeah, I think Justin Barron played his way onto the roster, so we'll see. The Rams had everybody but Garrett, so all their guys were just kind of talking about how Garrett wasn't there.
I know
pretty much it.
But that's kind of weird, isn't it?
Yeah, it kind of is.
Like a new guy on your team wasn't there, and you're kind of, to me, that speaks of a little bit maybe a chink in the armor on the Rams. Everybody's anointing the Rams. They got to worry about getting out of their division.
Right, they got a really tough division, in my opinion.
Yeah.
The Giants need as many players as possible. Big picking, yeah, but you don't want a guy who's going to jail. I mean, maybe you do.
We tried to tell you guys the Rams defense it's not all that great, man.
Well, the defense is good. They went out and got
their defense is good. It's their offense.
Yeah,
that's
their
the
offensive
problem.
line. No,
Yeah.
their offensive line.
Defense
Well, the
is
defensive
not that
line's
great
very
either.
yeah, but they went out and got all these high-priced guys. You guys were saying.
Yeah, they got the 2 corners out of KC.
They're thinking about bringing back Aaron Donald.
Well, hold up. They traded for what's his name?
McDuffie.
Yeah, McDuffie and
some other corner.
And they got Waters out of the Chiefs.
Yeah.
They brought in obviously Aaron Donald wasn't there today. I mean, their defensive line's pretty stout.
If anybody knows the Rams, we know the Rams. They made that move because of us. So I'm telling you, the Rams defense is good. It's not great. Like our defense is way better than theirs.
I don't think the Rams are worried about y'all.
I'm sure
Seattle lost Kubiak. I don't know how big of a loss that will be to us. Seattle lost Kubiak.
Big loss to Kubiak. He's a big loss. He was the quarterback whisperer.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. The coach. Yeah, I agree, Twiz. I think they're in for a rude awakening, Seattle. I think that that's going to be a battle. I like Seattle. Don't get me wrong. I do. But, you know how that works. You win a Super Bowl, you lose guys. You're not quite as strong. I think the Niners are going to be better, even though the Niners are really injured right now. I mean, they're taking hit after hit. So,
but you can't take that away from them. They still play good football.
they do. Niners are a hell of a
Eagles
run
here,
franchise. They are.
And they had their Warner was out, Bosa was out.
Yeah, Kendricks was coming out of the practice squad.
Yeah.
So 49ers, they know how to win when their players are.
It's like Kyle Shanahan knows that no matter if his guys are injured, he's going to get the best out of his players.
I think we'll get 2 teams that come out the West. I think 3 teams will come out the North. I'm looking at like Minnesota.
Who do you think's coming out the North?
And I'm talking about Minnesota, Detroit, and Chicago.
Oh, I don't think so.
Those 3 teams.
I think Detroit's in trouble.
Minnesota don't even got a quarterback.
Well,
Yeah, Minnesota got Kyler Murray, dude.
Detroit's got
exactly.
Detroit's got an easy schedule.
No.
How many
Detroit's got an easy
defenses
schedule.
are better than Minnesota's? I mean, you guys were fiending for their defensive
Look what he
coordinator.
has the quarterback. Murray.
Yeah, Murray's
Yeah.
the starter.
I
You
don't know,
guys should
Kyler's
know-
pretty good.
You guys should know Murray better than anybody as much as he whipped you on you guys.
Yeah, I like Kyler Murray.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
about all he's
Murray
done in
is-
his career.
And he has
But-
weapons.
Yeah, I think they're actually going to be decent.
I think they're going to be a playoff team.
But Detroit Lions, let's look at their schedule real fast.
They have
Just-
the easy schedule, I know.
oh,
Yeah,
Very
what
easy.
the
They
fuck,
have an easy
man? I keep
schedule.
doing that, Phil.
I think they're going to win the North easy.
I actually have my early prediction is them, the Eagles and Detroit playing in the NFC Championship game.
Yeah, well, good luck with that.
For real.
Talking to the 2-time pick'em champ.
Yeah, but that's nothing.
Yeah, and
to
you're
do
still
with-
last in the division in total.
Regular season.
Cowboys gonna be good this year, Drew.
Dude.
Tell you, ain't gonna walk over this division. It ain't gonna happen.
Hey,
So,
Wade.
hold on.
Wade, how's your
Hold on.
father?
No disrespect, Drew.
It
So,
ain't
you
gonna
still
happen.
think- you think
Cowboys do good against the Rams, and we're gonna push the goalpost. Drew's already pushing the goalpost. Oh well, the defense ain't that good. When the Rams last year kicked the shit out of us all scrimmage long, and the year before that, and we sucked the last 2 years. Now the Cowboys are keeping up with the Rams,
Well, they
actually
dominated the
doing
Rams.
something against the Rams. Now it's let's push the goalpost. Let's push the goalpost. No, they're not gonna be that good.
Wait a minute. Wait.
We're here.
Wait, are you hearing yourself? One half of practice and you're keeping up with the Rams? Listen to yourself. One half of practice and now you're on par with the Rams. What are we doing here?
What are we saying on
You're-
par?
Hold on. You're calling NFC Championship.
What are we
You're
doing?
calling NFC Championship like you go every damn year. No, you don't.
Don't
My
go
question-
there,
my
Wade.
question
Don't
was-
go there,
my
Wade.
question was,
Don't
Drew.
go there, Wade.
I know. You guys still got, you still got Barkley. You got Hurts. You got,
Their
Dallas.
offense gonna average 13 points a fucking game.
Who's going to pick?
Their
who's
offense
gonna
ain't
pick up-
looking very good, guys. But
Offense
it's all
gonna
right.
score
We got a lot,
13
man.
points a game, average. Call it.
Yeah, there you go. Yep.
How's your
13
father, Wade?
points.
How's your father?
Oh, he's doing good.
Did you?
He's doing good.
Did
He'll
you?
be doing even better once the Cowboys shove their foot up the Eagles' ass this year, which it's coming down the pipeline right now.
Yeah.
I'm fine,
Loyal-
Logan.
Loyal
I'm
had-
fine, brother.
Loyal had a question for me?
No, my only question was, I was just saying, I know that you guys still got all your pieces, but AJ Brown was a big piece of that. So
Yeah,
I know
they're in
that last
trouble
year they didn't use him
offensively.
a lot, but that's because I think a lot of players they stayed away from him because they knew that he was there.
Unless there's a move made, in my opinion, you guys are in trouble offensively.
Yeah, they're in trouble, bro. They
But-
know it.
Yeah,
Rodney
again,
Peter
I'm not
forget all
here
them
to
hamstrings
debate
and
it.
shit. They're
Just my
Jimbo.
opinion. I think your
They're-
guys are in
Yeah,
serious trouble
and
offensively.
I think you guys are ignorant in your opinion. Check
That's
out my
fine.
last video. I just posted. Yeah.
That's fine.
'Cause
You're entitled to your
Guys, so
opinion, brother.
you guys are sitting there saying that you guys are going off of half of practice with the Rams.
We're
and
saying
you
that
pumping your
it was a
chest like you
positive
guys
for
are.
Dallas's defense. Yes, it was.
Yeah, one practice is a
It's positive.
We never
Yeah,
said,
it's positive.
Drew, we never said we were going to
Had
the
nothing to
Super
do with you
Bowl
or the Eagles.
or
so
anything
there's
like
no
that.
reason for
And
you.
I'm not triggered.
I never called
All
NFC
right.
championship. I just said we're going to
One
win
at
the
a time.
division. I just said we're going to win
Yeah,
the division
relax.
and clean sweep the fucking
Again.
Eagles. That's all I'm saying.
Relax.
No, but this
Okay.
isn't for you to come on. We are
I'm
commenting
just
on a
addressing
good
what you
practice.
said.
You don't have to Your
He's a
opinion means
goalpost
nothing
pusher.
regarding
He's
a
a goalpost
practice,
pusher.
a
That's all he
scrimmage.
does.
So
We
you
could have
can think
literally
what you
assigned
want.
Hall of Fame players all over the team.
This
He'd have
isn't
pushed the goalpost
like
and
this
said that
isn't
ain't
an
enough.
opportunity for you to come in and say whatever you did today don't matter. You still suck. No, who cares what
I
you
didn't
think?
say that.
Well,
Don't put words in my mouth.
I'm
I'm
telling
just going
you.
off of what you said. You said that our offense wasn't going to be good.
In my
And I'm
opinion,
saying
I'm
you're
allowed to
saying
tell you my opinion and opinion of a lot of people. Let me
there you
finish.
go. And I'm allowed to say.
And you did. I
what
said
I
you're
just
entitled
said.
to your
You
opinion.
get mad. I'm not mad at what you said.
Nobody's mad.
Why
I
you
said,
get mad at
okay,
what
go
I
watch
said?
this video. Where I'm just telling
Bam.
you, unless you make a move, your offense is going to struggle mightily this
There you
year.
go. And like I said, one half of practice doesn't make you should be pumping your chest feeling positive. So
What
can
are you
we move
talking
on?
about? You lost AJ Brown. Everybody's saying how much Hurts is
Listen,
struggling in practice.
You want to talk
All
about
of-
it now? You want to talk about it?
No, we don't.
Or you want to? Okay, so then what are we doing?
Well, but you started interjecting into a Cowboy conversation.
You interject
I don't
on
give
my
a
team,
shit.
so I can't interject.
The one that's triggered is true.
Yeah,
I'm not
nobody's
triggered. Look at you. I'm reacting
Then,
from
then,
you guys.
then why are you bringing it up? Then why are you bringing it up?
Go on your
brought it
channel,
up?
do
All
a
you're
live
doing
stream,
is
and
trying
do a
to
circle
deflect.
jerk.
Game
Get
just
out
brought
of
it
here.
up.
Nobody
Game
cares.
time
No,
just brought it
you're the one mocking it though.
I'm
Well,
talking
you
about
just
what
mocked
they
my
did in a
offense. I
practice.
can't mock your offense.
I didn't say a word.
No, but that's not how it
You
works.
saying something now?
Everybody
Yeah,
and their mother.
you're acting like you're triggered.
Everybody and
sorry
their
for
mother
you,
saying the
dude.
Eagles'
How
offense is
can I
not
be
looking good,
triggered?
and
How
yet
can I be
Because you're
triggered?
talking.
And my
Right,
team.
exactly.
So when you talk, you're triggered.
Well, the way
No, the
can I be
way you're
again,
talking. The
Look
way
at your
you're
body
talking.
language,
yeah,
bro.
like
So
you're
how are you
poo-pooing
talking?
You're over here
you're
pumping
poo-pooing
your
a scrimmage.
chest.
Yeah, you would be the
Oh,
first
I
guy.
And you
can't put my
deflect.
chest.
You would be
I
the
can't
first
put
And
guy
my
all
to
we
hammer. Let
said
me
is
talk,
that
Allie.
we're
the
happy
best
with
team in
how
the division.
we're happy with how
Yeah.
the defense went
And
today.
you
The
should be.
offense
Hallie,
and
if it would,
So what does
good.
my offense have
Hallie,
to
if
do
it
with
would have
it?
went bad, it would have been
Go ahead,
us.
Brian.
It's the same old Dallas, same old Dallas. But it didn't. They dominated the Rams. Now it's
Yeah,
but the
Drew's
Eagles
right.
own the Rams, so
Dominated the Rams.
it don't
All I'm
mean
saying is-
anything.
All I'm
Whatever.
saying
We're
is,
just being
I didn't
positive.
say anything. Game time brought up my offense.
No. You were saying I was responding to you, and I said, worry about your team. Don't worry about poo-pooing on our
I didn't
parade
say
today.
anything. All I said was I made a statement.
You kept
and
saying you guys are
Wade
going
got
nuts over
triggered.
one practice. It was a scrimmage
No,
game.
I said that afterwards. All I said was I see us in. You guys wouldn't even let Loyal finish. I said I see us in the NFC Championship game with Detroit.
and we
And
let
then
you
Wade
go.
got triggered, and then
No.
you got triggered and said that our offense is not good unless we make a trade. And I said
well,
you're
I
ignorant,
believe
and that's
that.
fine.
Philly 500 believes
all
that. There's a
good.
lot of people who believe that.
Well, I don't care what a lot of people think.
Well,
I know
okay.
what we do.
Well, you can think
I know what
you
we
do.
are.
Just again, when it goes wrong, please don't make excuses. Can we please have that? Can we just say I was wrong?
Have
Well,
I ever made excuses?
again,
Am I a person that ever made
you
excuses?
will move the bar. Just like
I
last
never
year.
moved the bar.
Yeah,
I tell
you
the
did.
truth.
You said
You
we're
guys-
we're
I
one
did.
and done in the playoffs when you went on that
well,
losing
that's-
streak.
Is that not the truth?
And then, no, let me finish. And then you
What
were
are you doing
flexing,
here?
saying we're beating the Niners, and what happened? You
What
lost to the Niners, so you were wrong.
Yeah, and I came on and I said I was wrong.
But I'm just
I
saying.
don't duck. I don't duck. I tell the
Yeah,
truth.
but again, this isn't like I was telling Wade today. I'm like, I really and listen, I really am not fearing the Eagles at all this year offensively.
I'm glad you don't.
So again, and I think most people feel that way. I'm just giving you our honest
glad
feeling.
you
That
don't.
doesn't mean that you guys can't be good, but as it sits now, we don't fear you at all.
And we feel the same about your defense.
And that's
no one
good.
fears that defense.
Well, again, but it's a totally different defense, and then
And so is our. But see how hypocritical you are. I want you to see everybody the hypocrisy. Your defense is totally different.
but we
And
added
you guys
talents.
expect to be better.
We
Hold on.
added
Now,
talents.
my offense is totally
We
different.
added talents.
But with
You added
far more,
rookies.
hold on, with far more talent than you added,
We
our
added-
offense is
no, no.
far more talented than your
That's
defense.
beautiful.
Extremely more talented than
Your
your defense.
offense is more talented than my defense.
You're smoking crack.
You're on
Hold on.
drugs,
Hold
brother.
on. With
You're
the-
on
with the
drugs.
addition-
Go
hold
live
on.
now. Go
With
do
the
a
addition-
rant because that's
with
just
the additions
hypocrisy.
that you made
put
Our
Bill
offense
Kane
is
down right
still
now.
That's
far more
crazy.
talented than
That's
your
crazy.
defense.
My
Drew,
God.
settle down there a little bit.
Linda
Look at
Conyers
that.
with the super
You
chat.
Look, look
I
at the
don't.
look at the
Nah,
group.
let him
Look at
play.
you. Look at you.
Let
Look
him
at
play,
you.
Linda,
Ellie.
let me read the
Look
super
at you.
chat. Let me read the
What's
super
your
chat
point?
again.
What's your point?
Again, yeah.
That
just-
we kick your ass.
Get them fight.
okay.
Last
That's
time
We'll
we played,
see.
hold up. Last time we played, you blew a 21-point lead. I'm
And-
not
and-
scared.
and
All
where
right,
was
let
the
me get to the
Wait,
super
second-rate
chat.
defense?
Enough is enough. I'm getting to a super
what's
chat.
What's there to fear about the Eagles? You blow 20.
All right, let me get to the super chat since I muted everybody. I don't preface my evaluations with how bad Dallas is going to be. We don't know, just like we don't know if Eagles offense will be good or bad. I know, and Drew has an opinion. I have an opinion, and I'll keep the chat muted until they stop talking over it. That's just the way it is. We're not playing that. Thank you, Linda. Again, this was to talk about the Dallas Cowboys and how they dominated the scrimmage today. Nothing more, nothing less. I'm sorry that it hurts some people's feelings, or they want to move the bar and say, yeah, but it don't mean much. Well, it does mean something to us with a team who hasn't showed to be able to handle the Rams in these sort of situations. All
In
right.
a half of practice.
Hey, well,
It was
okay,
a
let's
whole
hold on. Let
scrimmage.
me
I
jump
don't
in
know
here
about a
real quick.
half a
Like,
practice. It was a whole scrimmage. What are you talking
Let
about?
Do
that
I
be
think
Bill.
my
A whole
team is going to?
scrimmage.
Do I think my defense is going to be better than ranked 32 in the league? Yeah,
But you weren't ranked
that's
32
the
in the
part.
league, though. Were
Yeah,
you
they
ranked
were
You weren't
32?
scoring-wise.
scoring when it mattered. How much
Scoring-wise,
points do
they
you
were
give up per
32nd.
game? 32 in
Yeah.
the league.
Yeah,
No,
that's
total defense.
scoring.
Now who's moving the
30th?
goalpost?
30th?
Okay,
It was
thank you.
30th,
Don't move the
okay.
goalpost. Don't move the
No,
goalpost.
32nd when it
All
comes
right,
to
so
points.
what-
I'm talking about points per game and what matters at the end of the game.
Nad, thank you,
Did you
brother.
score less or did you score more? To me,
What
that
was
means
the-
a lot.
what
Do
was
I
the
think my team will
total-
be better than that? Yes. That's me, Drew.
Oh, I know they're going
That's
to be
me.
better.
That's nobody else. That's
total
no other
defense?
Cowboy fan. That's Phil. Okay.
I'm
So
talking
you
to
put it
you,
on
Phil.
me.
What
Don't put
was
it
your total
on
defense?
somebody else. I'm
were-
saying it on me.
we were,
I think my defense is going to
We
be
were
better.
38th
because
or
we have
30th.
a
30th total.
like 4 or 5 of those guys coming back with a different team. You have a same
What's up,
roster. That's
Kentrell?
why they're making opinions. I am one of those guys that think your team's offense is
What's
going to
up,
be pretty
Philly
good.
D? How you
I
doing,
don't think they're
brother?
going to be elite, but they're
Yeah.
going off the basis of the
Willie
fact that you have a
Vassar,
lot of
what's
the
up,
same
man? How you
roster.
doing?
That's the reason why.
Again,
no,
we knew this
that-
was going to
hey,
happen with a certain.
Phil,
we knew
I was
this.
quiet. You came at me.
No,
Yeah, I
again,
did.
I'm
But
just-
you got triggered off of Wade.
No, like when you
and then you
flex,
blamed
I'm just
everybody
going to
else.
tell
You said
you that your offense
everybody is
is
saying
probably
it
going
off
to be in
of one
trouble this
person.
year. That's all I'm saying. That's
And
all
you
I'm saying.
and you're entitled to your opinion.
That's all. That's all
And
it is,
that's what I'm
Drew.
saying.
There's
We
nothing
gave our
wrong.
opinion
But
last year. We're
don't
giving our
get-
opinion this year.
Right,
I
but
think
don't
we
get
have a
mad
playoff
if I
team.
right, but don't get
Everybody
mad
has
if
an
I
opinion.
say
I just
I don't
again.
feel like your defense
Oh,
is
but
going to be
no,
good.
trust me,
either.
you're going all over Cowboy
Haley.
Nation, doing your opinion. You're going on different
Absolutely.
channels, giving your opinion.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I
But
mean,
that's
You
what
get
Brian's
opinion.
saying.
He
When it
gets
goes the
opinion. She
opposite
gets
way,
opinion.
don't have excuses. Because guess what? Even in that playoff
There
game,
will be.
you
There
had
will be
excuses. Even though you came in here and
That's
you,
what I was
you
trying
said, yeah,
to say.
they handled it, but you had the offensive line and the
Free
this and that.
opinions.
And we
AJ
understand
Brown,
that
less
injuries are part
Eagles
of the
don't
game.
Everybody
scare
is.
anyone game time.
But there still
Again,
was.
that's all I was saying, Nad. I'm not saying they can't be good. I'm saying as it sits here today, there's a lot on Saquon Barkley's shoulders in that offensive line.
and see, and now let me respond to that because you clearly haven't been. I know you don't listen to WIP.
No, I don't.
Oh,
I
get a
don't.
nerve.
I don't.
But
don't.
if you clearly haven't been keeping up with the Eagles.
Well, I have
So-
because I got people sending
well,
me stuff.
well, okay. So if you have, then what do you hear? Because if you were hearing,
I hear
properly,
that-
you wouldn't say that.
I hear that Cooper is having a great camp. I hear that Wilson may
Just-
not make the team. I'm hearing that they're concerned with Mekhi Lemon and him staying healthy. I'm hearing that the offensive line looks good and Saquon looks good. That's what I'm hearing. The defense is
Anybody
always
else
good.
you hear? Anybody else you hear? Because there's another name that's been
Well,
really
you got
going
the
in,
tight end
circulating.
that's playing well as well. Stowers is
His
playing
name
well.
hasn't come up.
Wow, that's,
Anybody else?
No,
Tank
who?
Bigsby.
Yeah, a receiver that you guys are very familiar with, who torched you in your last playoff game, Dontario Wicks, is having an outstanding
Well,
camp.
that's good. He's got to, I mean, he doesn't have much. Thank you, Derek J. Thanks, brother. That's fantastic. And we're going to bring up a game with a totally different defense from 3
I'm
years
just saying,
ago.
you guys are familiar
Coached
with
by
it.
Dan Quinn, by the
Well,
way.
again, that's fine. If that's
You would
if
still
if
have
you're
Dan
going to
Quinn
lay
if
your
he-
head on your pillow
Dan Quinn's
and
the
rely on
Commanders
Wicks,
coach now.
that's good, and he may be good, but we're not
Well,
worried.
if
We're not
you're
worried
gonna lay
about
your
it.
head and rely on Kobe Durant.
Kobe Durant
then
was the
yeah,
Rams' best
well,
corner
Dude,
last
I
year.
like it. I
He
like
was
it.
their
why is
best
not?
corner
Why is
last
not?
year.
Why is he not with the Rams today?
It doesn't matter. Why
they can't
isn't
sign
Rick
everybody.
Woolen
Oh, it
not with
doesn't matter?
Seattle? They
It
decided
doesn't
to
matter.
move on.
Why
Just-
did they not keep him instead of trading for McDuffie?
they
Dude,
wanted
I
McDuffie.
like the
McDuffie's
move.
better.
Why
I'm
didn't
very
they
happy
keep
with the move.
McDuffie and
McDuffie-
He was cap casualty.
Yes, he was a
Sorry.
cap casualty.
cap
Why did they
casualty.
get?
They couldn't afford
Yeah,
him.
Hold on.
same with
Why are you
Tariq. Same with
questioning? You
Tariq
asked me a
Woolen for the
question,
Seahawks.
and then you poo-poo my answer. No, that's the answer.
You do the same. You just did the same thing. Too.
But
But
I'm
same
not-
with Tariq Woolen for the Seahawks.
Yeah,
who's
Rick
going to be
Woolen.
your
Why didn't they? If
DB2.
he's so good,
Yeah.
why did they keep him? Because he was a cap casualty. They really couldn't afford to keep him. They went a different direction. But
He's very worried.
just look up last year. He was their best corner last year, Drew. Why did they get rid of him? It
Jesse,
happens every year. Don't ask me why they got rid of him. I'm
it
not in there.
does, but when you're a team like the Rams, who are a Super Bowl contender, you don't get rid of players like that. If you know it's going to
Okay,
help.
well, they got
If
rid
you
of
could
their
keep
edge
a-
rusher.
If you can keep a Durant and a McDuffie, you do that.
But they
like
You guys
couldn't.
got rid of
Tariq
Milton
Henry has
Williams.
too.
He's
But
one
they
of the best
couldn't. You
defensive
got rid of
linemen
Milton
on
Williams.
New England. Yeah.
I
Well,
think they
that's
did Drew.
that's because we have Amaro Ojomo. We
Well,
develop
again,
players. You guys don't know
They
nothing
did
about
that
that.
so they could have money for
Yeah,
Miles
okay.
Garrett.
We don't
Think
know
that was
anything
more.
about that.
Yeah, we develop
Yeah,
players
that's why
better
you guys
than
swept us last
anybody in
year.
our
Oh,
division.
wait.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
wait.
did.
Yeah, you didn't.
Yeah, but
Anyway,
when you
it's-
start, you
name-
got to trade
name
in.
three
Smitty
players.
and
Name
Lemon
three
are
players.
only
Name
sidelined
three
as a
players outside
precaution.
of this
Calm
year's
down.
draft that you
Nobody's
guys have
upset,
developed.
Linda, but we're just
Donovan
speaking what
Easy,
the.
Savone Ravel.
What's up, Mike Aldana?
There's a lot more.
they don't-
Jake Ferguson,
again,
Tyler Smith,
Again,
Tyler
just
Booker.
save your breath. He doesn't respect anything that you're going to
Yeah,
say
no, it
regarding
doesn't
Dallas.
matter. It's like
So
talking
it
to a
doesn't
wall.
matter, right? Like it is what it is. Let him have
ask a
his
question and
opinion.
that's not respect.
No, because
I
what
just
we're
asked the
saying
question.
is
No,
it doesn't
because-
matter
players
what
outside
I
you
just named
say.
five
You
of
just
them,
got
and
done
you didn't
saying
know
Kobe
any one of them.
Durant,
That's
and
okay.
why didn't they keep him? So whatever. I don't know why they didn't keep him. Why didn't it's?
I
But
just know he's been doing well for us, and he did
he
well in
was
the
their
playoffs, did
best
well statistically.
corner
So I
last
don't know what to tell
year.
you.
He had 3 picks in their. He had the most interceptions in all of the NFL playoffs last year with 3. But yet
In the
he's.
playoffs.
He was good all year, but when it counts, he had 3 interceptions, more than anybody. So that's all we're saying. How could you sit there and poo-poo a guy like that? He's been our best corner up until now as far as day in and day out. There's been flashes here and there by everybody. Savone Ravel's coming on. Another guy who you give no credit to. He was probably the best corner in the draft, but he went in the 3rd round because of a knee injury, and you saw that he couldn't play with a knee brace. He was nowhere near 100%. Still gave it a go for a couple games. He looks fantastic. So, again, that's just you not giving him any
See him in the
credit.
game. Let's see him in the game.
Yeah,
before
well,
you
he was
anoint him.
again. I let off this where he was
That
in a
was all you were
scrimmage today,
saying.
and he was covering Puka Nacua, and Nacua had only 2 catches. So he did fine today when they were trying to go after him time and time and time again. He held up well against one of the best receivers in the NFL. That's all we're doing. That's all we're doing today. It's like, you know what? Good job. So
He's all pro.
again, if you could cover Puka Nacua, you could pretty much cover anybody. Would you agree
He's
with
all
that,
pro.
Drew? Or no?
That's a,
If you can cover
Yeah, I mean,
Nacua,
if you,
can you
again,
cover
if you want
anybody?
to jump there, you can jump every little comment, dude. Your
That's
wife
what
has
he's
gotta love
doing.
you, man. With
Yeah.
little comments like that, and you jump like Evil Knievel. Like, that's what I'm saying, man. Like,
You
like
covered-
we're
covered
saying little
Puka
small
Nacua.
comments.
So
Puka
now-
Nacua, he did good against
Puka
Puka Nacua. It's not if
That's a
Puka
good
Nacua not one
deal.
of those guys that usually gets receptions on guys that are in tight coverage. I think so.
We're
So,
just
I
saying
mean,
he had a
what
good
they
day
did
against
them.
one of the best
Does
receivers
that mean
in
he's
the
in the
league.
Pro Bowl this
Did-
year?
did he go out
No.
with the injury?
At
What?
the end of practice. What did that have
Yeah,
to
at
do
the end
with
of
it?
practice.
No, I heard he didn't make it to. I'm here in LA, guys. I hear he didn't make it to the end of practice.
No, he didn't. He didn't. They said he only got 3/4 of the way, which means what? He didn't get to the end of practice. Like,
But
yeah,
what
you
does
don't
that
you
have to
can
do with
reword it
he-
all you want. Doesn't
Yeah,
mean
but what
anything
does that
different.
have? So why are you looking to be negative when Ravel had a good practice, a good game today against him? That's
Oh,
what we're
outstanding
saying.
game.
All you
No,
gotta
I'm
say
saying
is
outstanding.
he
but
did a
you
good
guys- you
job.
guys
I don't
go-
know much
you guys
about the
go
player, so
overboard
I'm not
with it.
gonna shit on him. Nobody's
No, you just
overboard,
don't
but
like positive
he's a
comments.
guy.
You
Overboard.
don't like positive comments.
Yeah, like if
He
you're
had a good
talking about
practice and
Cooper and how
it's like,
great he's
yo,
looking,
he's an
right?
all-pro
Or
now.
if you're talking about these other guys that we don't know what we're talking about, well, that's what we're saying about Ravel. But how come it's okay for you? That's what we're trying to say.
Anyways,
mean,
yeah.
You know how many
I think
yards
it's
he
gonna be-
had last year, Drew?
Say
Nakua?
that again.
Do you know how many yards Puka Nakua had last year?
He was very
1,700 yards, 130
very good.
catches. But I'm just
No, but
saying,
that-
he
no,
was.
That doesn't mean anything though.
All
It doesn't.
I'm saying is that he was
was
one
all
of the
pro.
NFL's best wide receivers last year, and he held his own today.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all
pro.
you need to say. That's all.
Yeah,
You
See,
don't
that's
need
what
to.
I'm saying. See right there. See there's
Yeah,
a
the
little
snarkiness.
remark
You
that
don't
you
like
got
it.
to. You got to.
Are you trying to
fine.
convince me, or are you trying to convince
I could do
yourself?
that to your team as
No,
well
it's-
too. Guess what?
But you don't hear us doing that. We don't do
Who's
that.
we?
Because
You
we're
have Frank in
more
your pocket.
respectful.
There's nobody
I guess,
else
is that
in
what
here.
it
We're
is?
talking to you.
Is that what you want me to
We
say?
don't-
Lightning's
we don't-
about to strike you,
we don't
Drew.
do that.
I don't
We don't
know.
hype up
I don't
our
know your
players
team
like
like that. So why am I going to make a
Preach,
comment like
Drew,
that? I can make
Just
a
We don't
play
hype up our
football,
players like
Logan.
Yeah, you're like, oh, I watch everything. I got every
Get him, Phil.
opinion. I watch.
Dude,
I
we don't hype
play
up our
fantasy
players.
football.
You don't hear me
And
say,
I'm
"Oh
the
man,
man. I
Eli
got
Stowers caught a
predictions.
pass over Q." Man, look out!
Oh, Barron
Did
got
you
3
see Barron
interceptions. He
pick
should be the
off
starting quarterback.
Stafford?
We should be starting
got-
linebacker.
Really, he
We
picked
should
him
be
off
running
once,
offense,
and
get
he
rid of the
picked
whole
off
defense.
Stetson twice. Nad, Drew
Funny, dude.
getting jumped, LMAO. No, he's just coming here trying to nitpick.
I was
when,
trying to be chill, man.
again, there's no reason to
No,
really
you
say
never
much.
Trying to be chill. There's nothing.
Hey,
That's not
happy
your
birthday,
vocabulary.
D. All you say is,
That's
all
not
right,
your vocabulary. You
like you had a
mask
good
it as
scrimmage.
chill.
That's all.
You mask
That's
it
I
as
all.
was trying to
chill.
be chill.
Don't give me that. I studied
There's
psychology,
nothing really
sir.
to say, Drew.
Trying to be
There's-
chill.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
There's really nothing really to
loyal.
say. You know, it's just like, all right, it's what does it mean? Didn't I say in my whole monologue that in the end that it's just a step in the right direction, and that's what it means. But even you couldn't just let that go. You just said, "Wow, you guys are going overboard
I
to
was
practice."
cool till you came at my offense.
Nah,
Well,
Wade. It was Wade. One guy triggered you. That
Yeah,
was it.
Wade
It was the same
triggered
you,
dude.
and
that
you
always
took
triggered
over
you.
the
Game
show.
time said something too. Game time
I'm
said
just giving you my
something.
honest
Wade said
opinion.
He brought you back
After
down
I
to
said-
I
earth.
don't
That's
think your
why.
offense is
After I
going to be that
mentioned
great.
Eagles in Detroit in the championship game, you guys got triggered.
Well, okay, you're in a minority there, but you're entitled to your opinion.
It don't matter who's in the minority. It's
You
my
are. You're
opinion.
entitled to your opinion, and I
This is my
respect it.
opinion.
But again,
Why
I've
aren't
been
you
right.
in the NFL,
I've
Drew?
been
Why
right
aren't
a
you
lot
an
of times
analyst?
since
Why
I've
aren't
been
you
on
up
Wicks
there
is a
high there?
solid
You know,
art.
predict all this shit.
Wicks is a solid
No.
number 2. He might be Linda. Yeah, again, I'm not here to hammer him,
No,
You just did.
but he hasn't really done it consistently. Just because he caught a touchdown pass against a bad Dallas defense in a playoff game.
I just threw that in the digs. I
Game
just threw that
time
in
getting
as a dig.
racist with it. What am I getting racist with, Drew? Bruce, what are you talking about? What are you talking about, Bruce? I'm not going to
Yeah,
put
Bruce,
up with
come
that.
on, Bruce,
I don't.
He's just acting an idiot.
Yeah, again, you'll be gone
You
for
don't want
good
to
if
put
you
that
keep
kind of
running your
positive
mouth.
vibe out
so.
there, anyways. So
I just
All right, y'all.
Willie Vassar, LOL. Rams couldn't run the ball. Yeah, again, that's a positive. We're not saying we led off the show by saying this doesn't mean we're going to the Super Bowl, but it was a hell of a day. If it was bad, we would have heard the opposite. Oh my God! See, you guys are getting rolled by the Rams. Or,
No, if it's
not
but
you,
see,
just
that's
in
the thing.
general.
If it was bad, it shouldn't be neither. It shouldn't be either or.
No, because
this
no, it would be
practice-
something, dude.
if
It
this
would be
practice- I
something.
mean, for
Sorry
I
about
can
that,
only speak for
Logan.
me. It's practice. If it's
No.
bad, if it's good, I
No,
mean, you
dude.
build off
it
of
was
what,
a
of
scrimmage
whatever is
Texas
happening.
poker.
No.
Come on now, you guys.
No.
You're a
yeah,
joke,
you're not winning the
Texas poker.
championship
How's
with
that?
practice, but
You're
it
a
means something
joke.
about your team and where it's at. So I mean, that means
Off
something.
of
If
a-
you went out
off
there
of
and
a
you didn't
practice?
compete, yeah, you're not as anywhere near what you're ready for. So yes.
Off
Yes,
of
off of a
practice.
Drew
practice,
has a
yes.
magical
Dude,
effect on this
yes.
channel.
What do you want them to
Coyote.
do? Go
One
off of
practice.
I knew
video
he was
game
coming
Madden?
in.
I don't know. What do you
I
want
know.
them to do?
So one practice, if it was a terrible practice, then
If
you're
Dak
supposed to
threw the
raise the
pick
arm.
in the
And
practice,
you're supposed to
Eagles
get on their
fans,
ass and be like,
yes,
"Look, you need to get your shit together." Have they not
Yeah.
done that? They've huddled them together, say, "Hey,
Right.
get your head out of your ass," and da da
But
da.
it's-
That's the
it's
type of
one
stuff you start talking
practice.
to them a little differently, you know. But actually now you can use positive.
Cal
Hey,
fans
look,
are
what you did
Charlie
here.
down
This
and
worked,
NFL's
but this
Lucy.
won't, you know.
So
When's the
prime
last time you won a
Let's say
Super
the
Bowl,
next
Texas
practice.
poker?
The next practice, it's a horrible practice. So you balance
Yeah.
it out because you had a great practice the first time.
No,
and a
like,
horrible
look,
one this
dude,
time.
it's a different thing. Like I'm saying the Saints because Kellen Moore has a different type of offense.
Let
that
me
he
ask
usually
you
runs.
something, Drew.
We
Let me
played
ask you
against.
something.
We did the same thing with the Saints, and they tore us up well. I mean, we
Let
did
me
the same
ask
thing
you
in
guys something. Let me ask you something. If we, all we're saying is we earmarked these two Mainly the Rams, because we've done it the last 2 years. We've known how it's gone. We've earmarked it because all the starters play. Drew, I mean, Dak played, Stafford played. I mean, all the stars were out there, and that's why we look to that. Dallas doesn't play their guys in preseason for right or wrong. You won't see any of their starters in the preseason game. So we earmarked this 2 months ago when we saw the
As
schedule.
preseason stuff. Yeah.
So you need to know where we're coming from. We earmarked this game. So did all the beat writers of Dallas, because they were ready to write off the team again if they looked like they did last year or the year before. I think you're underselling what it meant, to the Dallas Cowboys. I really do. I don't think you maybe realize the magnitude of the joint scrimmage. Sean McVay and the Rams punked this, and they were laughing at us last year. And we had the live stream on and saying, I don't know, they got to get their head out of their ass, and they never did. So all we're saying was it was a difference. So for Texas Poker to say it's a practice, it was a scrimmage. More starters played in this game today, Texas Poker, than are going to play this Saturday. That's all we were saying. It don't mean nothing other than it's a step in the right direction. I don't see what anybody gets all worked up about.
Well, listen, I'll say this. I follow everybody in the division, and I know you guys have marked off the Rams as an important scrimmage.
That's all it was.
I know you guys did. And I think that this is my opinion. I think you guys marked them off because you look at the Rams as
a good team.
As one of the better teams.
They're
in
the favorites to go to Super Bowl by a lot.
Right? We don't do that because we're one of those top dogs, right? So I'm looking at
that's fine.
Let me finish. Let me finish, please. I'll listen.
We're giving you positives while you say
it. We were backing you up.
You guys did that because you're looking to gain something.
Well, we are. We're not at the.
Don't you need momentum? Don't we need momentum?
Looking to gain something, but I think it's
we didn't win a division last year, Drew.
Can I finish?
No.
I think it's a
like
false
Gotti.
sense of security as opposed to just looking at your team improving and not looking at the parameter like, they played well against the Rams.
Well,
like,
the Rams played
are they playing
well,
or are they not playing well?
You got these.
They are. They're playing well. They've been playing well.
As opposed to what you want your team to develop and grow.
You got this new team. You got your new everything together. You're trying to see if you can gel together at all. Like, I think it's positive. It's like the same thing with Gotti. Like, it's so cringeworthy and embarrassing, but you want your offense to be like that. You want them to have that type of confidence, and so, going against a team where
tomorrow's an
this is a
eclipse,
measuring
everybody.
stick, like, can you keep up with them? I think that was the biggest thing with us. Can you even keep up with them? Because I expected it more to be 70-30 with the Rams kind of dominating the scrimmage.
And again, this is why.
And again, they could do it tomorrow, and it would be that way. Who's to say? Go ahead.
Dallas's scoring defense was last by miles. Again, I understand what their overall. That's kind of a yardage thing, and that's good. And that's their actual scoring defense was worse by. It was historic. No team had given up. I think last year's defense gave up more points than any Dallas team in history. So, that's why. And this game against the Rams that they've had this joint scrimmage. It wasn't just a practice. They were going hard. Everybody. Yeah. I don't know how many more times I could say it. The Rams sure as hell didn't take
that's what
it
I'm saying.
easy.
It doesn't bother me that you got guys that poke at you as well. Since you don't win later in the year, you take pride in these. Well, it's fine.
Different for us.
The only
than
way you
the
change
Eagles.
history is by taking a step forward. And I think, again, I've been around football to say that this is a positive direction. Is it going to mean that it's championship type of stuff? No, but it's a step in the right direction.
I don't know if Drew doesn't understand that I don't know that Drew doesn't understand that
I'm gonna hurt you.
we are in a different situation than the Eagles regarding this defense. We need to get
great show.
Like we're trying to
Like
take
us.
steps forward. Well, it's a compliment. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But
Well, let me just
that's
say
what
this.
we're trying to say is it's a step in the right direction from a team who's owned us in this very same situation the last 2 years. That's all it was.
Yeah, I get it. I'm just saying, for me, after one practice, if you want to, blow it up, that's fine. I think it's going to take more than just the practice against the Rams for you to feel confident about your team moving forward. All right. So this is what I'll say. Like, you guys talk about move the goalposts, right? Now, all I hear is top 5 offense. That's all I hear. Top 5 offense. If we can get, let me finish. Let me finish. If we can get in the middle of the pack, then I'm sure we could be a playoff and possibly a Super Bowl contender.
Top 10,
right?
but anyway.
Now, when you're now, this is the first time I've ever heard you guys talk about the defense and say, "Oh, well, we were 32 with scoring." Now you guys want to implement the scoring. Right?
Dude, we were saying that from the
Total,
beginning.
hold on, Phil, let me finish.
No,
Phil,
we're going back and forth. I'm not
Phil,
holding on for 10 minutes.
Come on, you gotta hurry.
Rants. We're going to talk back and forth.
Your total defense was 31st, right?
31st.
31st.
Okay.
So let's keep it there.
So we can get worse.
Let's
Oh,
keep it there.
congratulations. You're right. Oh, you're so right. We can get worse.
Let's keep it there. Let's not move the goalposts.
Well, I already got a bet
there's a lot
for
of work
19
to
or
do
better.
because
That's
if you're
going to
going
take.
to
I'm
move
going
the
to steal that
goalposts,
money.
then let's move that the offense that isn't so great that you, as you guys think it is great as it is when you were 18th in the red zone.
Right.
So your offense ain't that great.
Yeah, and we
So
still were
let's
almost
make
a
sure
play.
we
We were
move-
still
let's make-
pushing you. We
let's
still
make
split
sure we move the
games with
goalposts all
you.
around.
We still dominated the division
Well,
with a shitty ass defense and a can't
And you
score
were still
offense.
7-9-1. That's the total. That's
Yeah,
the
and we
total.
still
that's the
dominated
total
the
equate
division
of what
within
you
it.
guys
Like,
did last year.
yeah, I mean, I don't know what to say. Yes, but we still did amazing things with it, with a crappy ass defense and a very good offense.
Yeah, the
If that
offense
makes
is
you feel
going to.
good, that's cool.
Again,
but you're
our
moving
offense
the
is
goalposts.
going to. I don't know how you could even. You're more than welcome to.
Again, that's okay. You're
All
yeah,
right.
go
I
ahead.
don't want to go back and forth.
everybody doing?
I don't want to
How's
go back and
everybody
forth
doing?
all. This is not fun going back and forth the whole time trying to
Hi,
explain.
Momo.
Again,
Hey,
our
how's
offense is
everybody
very
doing?
good.
Cowboys,
It
that's the
doesn't
thing about
really
you.
matter
You're
if it's
never gonna
top
be
3.
positive.
Good show.
I don't really
You're gonna
care.
be miserable through a whole eventually if they ever win a Super Bowl, you'll be miserable that whole season.
Oh,
And then you'll have to
I'm
watch
gonna
it
make
back and
sure he's
replay.
Why would I
And
be
you won't have any
miserable?
kind of
If
faith in your
Dallas
team.
wins the
I'm a
Super
winner.
Bowl,
Cowboys team.
he's
I give you
he-
your props. I'm a
he's
winner
gonna
now.
be.
Why would I be miserable?
Look, because you're gonna
Well,
have a
that's
lot of
not-
people
you don't need
hunting
to
you
be
down.
I-
Nah, I
Everybody
Jay
just
doing-
told
Smooth
you
says,
guys
Drew,
don't
you're a
like
crackhead. What's up, Jay? How you doing, brother?
That's
Hey,
cool.
You
Hey.
know,
I'm an honest-
entertaining the
I'm an honest
narcissist
crackhead, though.
insania. Ray,
Honest crackheads are-
listen, man, it is what it is, brother. We knew this was coming. So I thought
Hey,
maybe he would let us have a day.
You
but
guys invoked this.
No, we knew
No,
it.
I
That's
don't
why
care,
as soon
but
as
he's
you're
just-
coming
You
in,
invoked
we
this.
No,
All I
Drew,
would
this
say,
was all
Drew,
every time
you.
I see you on any other
You
channel,
all I would say is
same shit.
we got
Drew,
Loyal
We
didn't,
got-
Loyal didn't even get.
like we got
That's why it doesn't-
78 people
like,
in
we
here,
love
and
you. It
half
doesn't
of them
bother
ain't
us,
going to
but-
go to your channel because of how you acted. That's all, and that's
Yeah, you
only
don't
hurting
have any
you.
respect
It's not
for the
hurting
team.
me.
If
I
I'm,
mean,
if I'm for you, I'm for you.
well, I'm just
Hey,
saying
you ain't
you
on.
have
You're
to.
like the
Hey,
media.
Drew,
I'm
and-
can I ask you a
If
question?
I'm
what
your
you
cup
want.
of
You
tea,
do
I'm your
you,
cup
brother.
of tea. If I'm not, then
Hey,
it
Drew,
is
can
what
I
it
ask you a
is.
Get him,
question?
Momo.
Go
Can I
ahead,
ask you a
Momo.
question, Drew? I just want to ask a question. How's everybody doing? Drew,
Yeah,
But
Ray.
that's not gonna be
I
the only
just want to
question you ever
ask
ask. though.
Drew a question, and Cowboys fans could chime in. Wasn't this truly a control scrimmage?
Yes.
Okay,
It
so
was a
what's the
control
big deal?
That's all I'm saying, Momo.
You go.
Momo,
So,
you're
all right,
proving
so
my
that's
point.
good. I want to get this on
You're
record.
proving my point.
Momo
Record
and
it,
Drew
record it.
are agreeing on something.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, that's the whole point.
There we
Wow.
go, baby.
I'm about to fall
We win.
over.
So you know,
Yes.
Drew, that you're on the
It's
wrong side
over.
if Momo agrees with you. You realize that, right? 2%.
Hey, listen, man. Hey, look.
You know,
whatever,
Hey, what did they
know
say?
it's going
whatever.
downhill now.
Thank you, Drew, for
A
answering my
broken clock
question.
is right twice.
This is the
Twice in a
same
day,
guy
right?
who
No,
thinks
even
Broken
Brian
clock
preseason
Flores
isn't
said
worth
that.
anything.
Okay, so
Thank
was
you,
already
Drew, for
right,
answering
like-
my
he's telling the
question.
truth. All I'm
He
saying
is
is
the
No.
guy who thinks
Momo
preseason
hates
is a waste
training
of
camp.
time. This is the same guy who thinks preseason's a waste of time. So, do you
Listen,
agree
all
with
I'm
that?
saying-
Do you
I'm
agree
only
with
a-
that?
I don't agree with
All
that.
right, then
But
don't.
he's talking
don't
about
nut
the
hug.
control scrimmage. You're
Yeah,
moving the
boy.
goalpost. He's talking about the control scrimmage.
Yes,
that
this
you
is the
guys
same
are on here
game that we got
excited
punked the
about.
last
That
2
we're-
years. We're allowed to get cited.
You
If-
are. No
if
one's saying
Momo
not to
doesn't
be.
want
Yeah,
to
and
get
then why
excited,
question
he
us
could go
about being
do a short
excited?
of
didn't
Caitlin
question
Clark
you.
playing with herself. I don't
No
care.
one
Yeah,
came
but
for
you're
me, and I fired
sure
back.
trying to
You
put
know
your
how this
foot
goes,
down our
Holly.
throat.
Yeah.
Holly, if you fire me, I'm
No,
firing back.
Well, so am I. I'm firing back at you.
All right,
So,
there
because
we go.
why do
So
you
then
keep trying
you have
to
your
put
answer.
your foot down our throat every time we get
Well,
a
we
little
we've
bit
been
excited
doing
about it.
that
That's
for
what you're
we've been doing
doing.
that for
Logan,
30
You
years.
cannot
it's not funny
stand. You
anymore.
cannot stand
Mr.
for us
Chris,
to
We've
be
been doing
happy
that
at
for 30
all.
years.
I just want
Again,
to say this.
At
Mumbo's
all, and
rant
you know it.
isn't
You were over
entertaining
there
to me when he
smirking
talks this
before
shit.
the show,
Low
during the whole
standards. What
show
are you
before
talking
we
about,
even
Kid
started
Cowboy? What's the
talking.
matter with you, Kid
Can I
Cowboy?
say something, Holly? Can I say just one thing?
Go
I
ahead,
look at
Momo. You're going
practice.
to
I look at
anyway.
practice differently. if you rushing the gap and doing your job, doing a practice scrimmage
take it easy. I am rolling.
control scrimmage, that's what you're supposed to do in a scrimmage. You're supposed to do your job.
Yeah, and we had a lot of guys last year that didn't
we
do their
can't get
job.
overly excited of you doing
We did
your
a
job.
lot of guys last year that
They
couldn't
weren't
even didn't
doing
know
their job last year, Drew. That's
Well,
why
I mean,
we're
I
feeling a
agree
lot
they
better
wasn't doing
about
their
it.
job.
He's gone.
So was in Washington. Washington was a number 32 total
But
in,
then
in
worry
defense
about
last year.
Washington.
Worry
So,
about your
so
shit
That's
show.
what we're talking
start the
about.
season,
Worry
I'm
about
happy.
Washington.
Oh boy.
I muted everybody because we can't hear you. Texas Poker with the super chat. I saw Holmes in the chat who has a clogged toilet. Thank you.
What? He has something to puff his chest about. You guys are just, you know, like.
But
Again,
I'm not here to argue or
I'm
debate.
not arguing.
I'm just here.
We're gonna give
I'm
you
just
your
here
shit.
as a friend of the show.
Yeah, you come
No,
in
we love
here.
It. We love it. Honestly,
You
guys
come
do.
in
We love Drew,
here
too. Be that way.
and shit on our scrimmage that you know what. Maybe you don't because you're not in here. You're not in here very often, so you don't know what we talk about. We've been earmarking this scrimmage since the beginning of training camp, just like we did last year, because all the starters are playing. How do you not understand that it means something?
I never said it didn't mean anything.
Well, you and Drew were doing the knuckle shuffle on the piss pump.
Game time. I never said it didn't mean anything. I said I've always said that the training camp today is not the same training
That's not
camp.
what you just said.
I'm fine with players training and stuff like that. All I am saying about training camp today is that these players, if they was go back to the original way, they'd be in football shape in the first game of the season.
Do you know what they did
that's
today?
my
But they're not going to,
you don't have a
Momo.
different
Not
opinion.
happening, Momo.
That's not gonna. That's not
Let me ask
realistic
Momo
anymore,
something.
You
Momo.
forget that.
I know it's not
Let me
realistic.
ask Momo
Momo.
something.
I
Momo.
understand that. I digress.
No, I
Momo
miss.
a
I miss
question?
it being that way. But
I can't tell
they're
you how
not
many
gonna
times
do
I
it.
say stuff like, "Oh, back in my day, they used to do this," you know. So, like, I totally
Momo,
get it,
let me
man.
ask you
And
something.
I'm willing to change. I just don't like it.
I
That's
don't
all.
like
I
it
know,
either,
trust
but
me,
this
we
is
get
what
it.
it
No,
is. Let me ask Momo something. Me and Momo, you know, or let me give you a statement and see if you like it or not. Dallas, after the scrimmage today, after their defense dominated the Rams' starting offense, okay?
Right.
Whatever you think of it, Dallas, all the players got together and started running sprints because they know that they've been told. Dallas didn't make them do it, okay? They were running sprints, and they said that their endurance is going to be key for them this year.
Right.
They did it. Now, that's old school, right? That's
Right.
old
And
school
and
mentality.
guess what? I'm gonna tell you something.
That's
I like that.
more of a
I like
reason why
that.
we were excited. It had nothing to do necessarily,
No,
Momo, about
okay,
the
fine.
outcome, which
I
it
like
did.
when players take control of their team and say, "Hey, let's do some sprints." I like that. That tells me
Here's the
more
problem.
about the mindset of a team than coaching.
Here's
Now,
the
I
problem.
do like that.
When you have an Eagles team where a lot of the people don't necessarily think that the Eagles are going to have a particularly successful year. Okay, whether that means 10 wins, one and done, 9 wins, that's a very real possibility. Okay, that's not like it's not. Let's not act like it's not a possibility. It is very much a possibility. So when a guy comes in here and tells you what he doesn't, of course it's going to upset people. The Eagles are in a position where they have work to do on their offense. As much as you may like DeAndre Wicks, you're running a new offense, okay? And I know Drew will say, oh, well, you're running a new defense. I get it, but we're coming from a position of being horrible already on defense. Yeah. So change is normally good, right, Momo?
Right. I agree with all that because you can't get no worse.
Whereas the Eagles were decent last year. They were the best in the red zone in the NFL last year, Momo, the Eagles. Problem is they didn't get in the red zone very much, but still.
Game time, everybody. Let me explain. I don't like training camp because it's too many meetings and walkthroughs, and there's enough time for them to get their body and physical shape to get the pounding due on the first game of the season. They not in football shape. That's my problem. Always.
Yeah,
I ain't got what the Cowboys did today, the Rams. Oh, okay. But with my Washington had a horrible team, horrible defense. So what I'm going to do? I'm in the same boat with the Cowboys. We both had two
But
horrible
at least
defense
you made some
last
moves,
year.
right? You made some moves. That's all you can
Yes,
do, right?
yes.
Yeah.
I'm not here to shit on nobody's parade. All I'm
And
saying it was a
game,
controlled scrimmage,
yeah,
and I
game time,
hate controlled scrimmage.
and I'm on the opposite. I think the Eagles will be good on offense. I mean, obviously, I don't know how good. I just think their defense will keep them in games that that it won't matter as much. So yeah, I mean, I'm interested
I'm
just to
different.
see what happens because if you're hearing one thing and you're seeing stuff,
Yeah.
and obviously I see AJ Brown leaving, that's a big thing because I thought he did a little
Yeah.
extra than what some of the balls that were that weren't the greatest, he would go down and grab those. I was like, man, he's just a great receiver. So yeah, you tend to miss that type of production, but I'm interested to see if there's a chemistry with Lemons because I think that's the type of receiver that would benefit very well from a quarterback that needs a slant and a guy that runs the drag routes and stuff because maybe defenses are come out at him and maybe he's not reading downfield and so it's flashing in front of him. So I tend to think
possible,
that
Jimbo.
they'll be
It
good,
is possible.
But at the same time, I'm interested to see what the story is going to be because is that AJ thing going to matter? Is it, is Barkley going to be able to bounce back? I think he's a great running back as long as he stays healthy. So I'm interested.
Jimbo, it's not about standing on it. I'm telling you, you have a real good defense and your offense is suspect. That's all I'm saying, Jimbo. Vegas has got you at 10.5. You could easily have a 10 or a 9-win season. You could. It's not out of the realm. To think that it's out of the realm is ridiculous. That's all. Let's just keep it 100. That's all we're saying.
Yeah, I mean,
Dak said to focus on the red zone. That's why they worked on today. Willie Vassar, there was 5 touchdowns in the red zone today. But again, we're not allowed to. This is what they're supposed to work on. They did it against a good defense. Well, the whole NFL thinks they're a good defense. Drew doesn't think that the Rams are a good defense. So, I mean, again, just because one team has success against a particular team doesn't mean that the team they beat isn't good, if that makes any sense.
No.
Like the old we beat the Rams
like
and
Arizona.
Yeah, right, exactly.
I'm
you just can't get over the hump with Arizona.
Don't ask me why.
I mean, I'm going to tell you in the future of the Los Angeles or the Rams, this is what I believe was going to happen. I don't think the Rams are going to have this great of a season because their offensive line is very suspect.
I hate them, and they will.
Listen.
For some reason, the offensive line is not that great.
You're probably right there. You're probably right there. Yeah,
it's not a great offensive line.
Well, again, I think Eagles can be good. I'll be surprised if their offense is elite. I mean, Drew seems to, again, I don't know if he's not paying attention to Dallas's camp and what they're doing. I guess not. I mean, barring injury, they're going to be way better in the red zone. It's just, they're going to be. Just like the Eagles defense is probably going to get better, everybody. Why? Yeah. Because they're going to tweak things from last year. Let's not act like they were a top 10 defense last year. Eagles were 13th overall in defense.
And that front four for the Eagles is
they're going to get better this year. I would assume the Eagles are going to be better defensively. But see, level-headed people can make the transition. I mean, Momo, when Dan Quinn came to Dallas,
right,
we went from last in turnovers to number 1 in the NFL.
Yes.
And we moved into top 10.
Right.
Nobody's saying we're necessarily going to be top 10. I think we're going to be close to. I think we're going to be top 15. That's why I made the bet with Rob. I definitely think 19 or better is a steal for me. And that's without any more moves, which I know a move is coming. So I'm okay with it. I'll stand on that, Jimbo. And I think our offense, barring Dak going down with a major injury, is going to be top 10. So I think
top 10. I was going to say top 10.
Nobody's sitting there that we're going to be top 3. We were technically top 3. Yeah, but we're off to a good start. That's all this was. We're not going to allow anybody to pee in our Cheerios today. It's not. I got mad at Walker Wade last night. Everybody was in here. He's a Cowboy fan.
Yeah.
I got mad at him last night because on a day where they re-signed Quinnen Williams and freed up $35 million over the next 2 years to indeed make a move to help the defense, he's worried about linebacker. And then don't you know, the next day, our linebacker The crew had a fantastic day against a good football team. Whether the Rams go to a Super Bowl or not, nobody's going to sit here in the Zoom call and tell me the Rams aren't a good team because you look foolish.
Right.
Vegas has them as the overwhelming favorite. Just because
Yeah, they're a very good team.
Just because
They're
the
healthy
Eagles
right
play well against the Rams, Phil, doesn't mean they're not a good team.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
That
I
doesn't
think
mean nothing.
sometimes these
They
joint
don't play good within their
practices,
division.
I don't fault
We
no
beat the Eagles.
player.
Does that mean we're better than them? No.
No.
Joint practice, I think some players, I'm not saying all players, I'm not saying the Cowboys or any other
I
team.
don't know where he's
Sometimes you
at.
join
Oh, there he
practice,
is.
you're not trying to get hurt. Because sometimes sometimes you say, hey, I'm a little sore today. I don't want to go out there and get hurt. And that's fine. But
I saw the defense will
Cowboys
rank
had a good day
8 to
today,
12.
and Cowboy fans should be happy because
So
what I had last year, during the season, and which I had doing training camp last year, you should be.
It's just ridiculous, Mark. There's no
I'm not mad. I'm not.
No,
I'm
you
sitting here.
come in here and
The
you
Cowboys
give.
rings. I'm just saying. I think y'all should be happy with what y'all had
But you
today.
see, when I make one comment that I think that maybe the offense for the Eagles isn't going to be that great, he just brings up everything. People in glass houses. It's just an opinion. Don't get all upset.
I don't think the Eagles' offense is going to be as good as
Well,
people think
you
it
can't
is.
say that. You're tied to Drew now for life.
Yeah. I want to say something
Thank
here
you.
about
Go
the
ahead,
I
Randy.
need
Cowboys.
some water.
Go ahead.
I'll be right
Okay,
back.
on defense, we have 11 new players that are trying out for positions. Okay, you combine them with the players that came back that are good players. Overshown, nobody seems to be talking about him, but he looks like he's
I'm
moving
afraid
like
to
he
talk
was
about him.
2 years ago. He's moving like that. And I'm
Yeah.
telling you, with the amount of new talent we have on defense, I don't care what nobody says. This defense is going to be better.
Oh,
And-
yes.
And
That's what I would think, right?
yeah, it's going to be better. And you know what? If you look at these young coaches, if you watch practices last year and you watch them this year, there's a
They're more
difference. There's a difference in practices.
Well, let me ask you a
Right.
question, Randy. Do we
Yes.
have an elite pass rusher?
I would say no.
No, right? We don't.
No.
Let's be real. Like that,
No.
we could get better and stuff, but for them to do well today, and have some success, I mean, that is a step in the right direction. But
Yes.
we know number wise, we're not going to get like an 18 sack guy out of
No,
this
no, no.
roster.
No.
So it's like you have to do what Seattle in the previous couple of years, those teams did, where they had a community of people. Unfortunately, this is what we've tried to do with the receiver before. And that didn't do very well. So I'm with you, Randy. I really like the step in the right direction there.
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question, Randy?
Yeah, go ahead, Momo.
Would you trade, because the jury decides, would you trade Overshown if you get the right player for the right?
Talking about Crosby.
We can't
I
afford
know
to
how many
trade
Crosby
Overshown.
could
I
be
don't
a
know
number
that we can
linebacker.
afford to trade him.
No.
That's the problem. We're in a position where
Brooks. I'm
right
talking
now,
about you get
Momo, we
Brooks.
only have
Just in
three.
case. Okay, that's for the sake of argument. Brooks, trade Brooks for.
I like Darius
for number
Cooper,
two.
Linda, but we're not worried
Number
about
two.
Darius Cooper.
Would you take that trade?
Yes, I would.
I don't. Again, Overshown doesn't have much value. I'm sorry to say, he's not going.
Oh, he doesn't.
He's
I
got
thought he did.
no, he doesn't. He's been injured for the past 2 years.
Again, Overshown had a fine day. And you
And
guys
he's
can
good.
poo-poo
He's like
it. Again, everybody can poo-poo what they want. It's a free world. Just don't expect me to sit and like it. I mean, sorry.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sit and like the poo-poo. I agree, Momo. I don't like how it's structured, but it's like I don't like AI either. But it's coming. And I don't mean your videos either. I mean real AI, because that's going to be end of all of us.
Every time I ask Alexa to do something, I always thank her, because the day that the machines rise up, I always want to at least be like, hey man, I was saying thank you. I was polite to you,
got
the
this
Queen
building.
Overlord.
We got this building coming up here a few miles from my house. It's like, how many blocks is it? It's literally like 6 blocks long, this big AI building. And it's, what the hell is going on behind them walls? It's crazy. We're in trouble.
So, well, we'll say,
Makes you think Skynet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Waiting
but
for
here's the
Jesse and
thing.
Loyal.
as I do the AIs, and I know a lot of AI
I'm
companies
not talking
fold.
videos. I'm
A lot of
talking.
AI companies fold and they lose money, and then another AI company. Then you gonna have some AI companies make it the same thing with the .com area when all these companies folded, every business like that. For me, AI is not. It's bad. You got to take the bad
Oh,
with the good. You
I
got to
have to
take the
deal
good
with.
things with AI and the bad things with
I have to
AI. So
deal with this numbnuts, big spank dog. No quality players want to play in Dallas. Pro
Spanky, and he's
I
a
mean,
Commander fan.
Pro Football
I can
Focus rates. We could argue it, but they rate Quentin Williams as the #1 defensive tackle in the NFL. We could say top 3, whatever. And
I
he
will give him
chose to
fuel.
stay in Dallas.
You want me to give you fuel for him a little bit? I'll argue his side a little bit.
Oh, here we go.
Like, yeah, you know me. I always like they split the little controversy there.
Sucked
I
up to a
get it. I mean, we
9
have
fan.
talent. There's
Commander
talent there,
fan.
but he drafted a guy, forced him to be here, where he resigned. You know, you got Quentin Williams, who you traded
Momo
for to
logic,
get him to
Linda.
come here. You didn't have to bid and make him want to come here. You know, so yeah, there's ammo there. I get it. It's itself. You know, so
Nobody wants to come to
but-
Dallas. Is that what you're saying? He didn't have to.
No, I'm just saying
here.
that we never had him in free agency to say, hey, you could have chose from between 32 other teams. You chose Dallas. I kind of get what he's saying. You know.
Oh, by the way, I just breaking. I meant to. I have to say this. I will be in Dallas for the Cardinals game. It's
All right,
official.
everybody avoid Dallas at the Cardinals game, and
We'll
Lotto
be there.
ticket that day.
Well, you may
everything,
be
like-
the.
Hey, they're gonna jump you, Momo. You was talk about all the cheerleaders and the people.
Yeah, I know,
We're gonna
right?
We're gonna have Jerry play the video in the stadium. If you see this gentleman in the stands, give him a kick in the ass.
I was going to say they're going to have a picture of you there at the line, if they'll let you in or not.
It's going to be interesting because I do believe,
Thank
Jimbo,
you.
that Dallas's defense is going to be really good.
I'm with you, Brian.
I think
I'm
it's
with
going to
you.
be top 15. So I think 19, I got some spots to play with. But I think it's going to be a top 15 defense just by the scheme. And they've added a shit ton of players. Whether some people don't like the players that they've added, they have skins on the wall. Jalen Thompson. You get a Rashawn Gary. You bring in Jonathan Bullard, Otito Ogbonnia to go along with Quentin Williams and Kenny Clark. That is a remade defensive line that most teams are not going to be able to run on. Okay, let me just tell you that they could not run on them today. Okay, so I don't know. I'm just telling you, it's going to be hard to run on Dallas now. With those two big boys.
Yeah. Oh, wait. I just want to point this out. Did you hear
Sorry,
what
Ogbonnia.
Shoddy had said about if Garrett had played today, since he didn't play today,
had
they
a scheme
had plans.
ready. Yes.
Had a scheme ready for
Well, you
him,
have to because he's a game
Mhm.
wrecker. You
He'd
have
been,
to.
yeah, he would have.
It would have been
The
different.
same one they got to whip out when they play Parsons, and he comes back in week 6.
Exactly. Bingo.
I have a question for you guys.
Yeah, go ahead.
For the Cowboys.
Not you, Jesse and Momo.
Say Steele starts out and plays real bad the first 4 or 5 games. Are they going to make the move for Tyler Smith to move out to tackle and move Bass at the guard and move
Probably.
Guyton over to right tackle?
I don't know that Guyton can play the right tackle because Tyler Guyton actually had a fantastic day today, albeit without Myles Garrett.
Didn't he play right tackle in college?
No.
Yeah, he was.
did.
He switched.
But it
over.
was a left-handed quarterback.
He was a left. He switched
No,
over.
he didn't. He didn't play well at all, Momo.
I don't
Gave
know.
up 2
I don't know.
Who, Nate Thomas still looked terrible.
I don't think that would happen. I think what would happen is, I don't know. I don't think they're.
I think Tyler Smith likes playing guard.
Yeah, I don't think that they're going to do that.
Yeah,
I think they would.
too,
I think they would make a move via trade, but I don't think they're going to do it. Again, Dak can deal with. See, Steele gets burned by these speedy guys. Steele does decent against the bigger guys. Like the bigger. It's these speedier, bendy guys that give him problems. And okay,
Has
so,
he Has he ever worked on? I mean, I'm just
He's
asking a
been pretty
question.
good.
The technique. Does he try to use different techniques on the speedy guys
Yeah,
at all?
I don't know. I'm sure they're working on it. I know he works with Duke Manyweather, which is right across the street in the Star District. So, he's the offensive line guru. All the guys go to him.
Yeah, Coyote kind of sums it up. He has slow feet.
Yeah, he does. He sucks. I'm sorry. Steel sucks.
Hey, I've been preaching this thing, but when he took the pay cut, I was like, all right, I can take a little bit more of that, real steel. Yeah, I had to.
No one is picking up the phone calling Dallas to sign or trade. Again, DeQuinton Williams didn't have to resign here. I mean,
Nobody really does that. I mean, who does that? I mean, but we are considered in every single trade. We're used in every single talk. I think
so if they get Max Crosby, then what would you say? What would you say?
I would love that.
I'm saying it's well
if
known
we get
that
Max
he wants
Crosby, we'd be elevated right now. That's
well,
what we
again.
would be.
It wouldn't be enough.
That's a pipe dream.
You don't think we're getting Max Crosby?
No, I don't think y'all getting Max Crosby.
My dreams.
I think to get Max Crosby, y'all gonna have to give up 2 number ones.
No,
y'all don't have that.
They're not giving up. No, they're not.
A 1 and a 3, maybe, or a 1 and a player.
See, the thing about it is, okay, I'm gonna
we'll
watch
see, big spank dog. We'll see. Make sure you come back, brother.
Momo, that second pick, everybody's constantly talking about and stuff. Oh, you can't pick a trade. Let's just talk about this real quick. In the sense that, let's say we say, hey, I'm gonna give you a 2nd round pick. If he plays 5 snaps, you get a 1st round draft pick. Like, you could make it so the threshold very, very short. If he gets 2 sacks, if he gets 70% of the plays, if he gets 50% of the plays, it elevates to a 1st, which means that later on in the year it would kick in, and then you would understand they would have access to be able to trade that off. So you could put stuff into the contract to do that. So that's why I say it's like kind of funny that these people say, well, you can't trade that at all. Yes, there's always ways that you can word the contract to be kicked in later for it to be a 1st.
I believe they'll want one of your star players.
Okay, so but here's the thing. When you looked at the Ravens and the Cowboys, those were the 1 and the 2, right? With who wanted him, and what were we trying to trade? A 1 and a 2?
Yeah.
That's what the thing was, and if that's where it's at, and all of a sudden they don't have the team maybe that they think they have, there's a lot of stuff there. I just don't think it's going to happen if by camp. I was with you, Momo, in the sense that I thought it was a pipe dream. I just think it's kind of, I have to say, at least it's like 25% possible.
Yes, I agree. That's what I would say. That same percentage, because for me, I just think Crosby, I don't know if he's just, when he hit Cousins and all this stuff going on, maybe he does want to leave. Maybe he's trying to say, hey, I want to get out of here. Maybe he did it on purpose. What happened to the Carolina Panthers yesterday with the physicality and almost a fight with the quarterback. So when you're in training camp, you on edge. You on edge all the time. You're in that hot sun, or you might not like that particular player, what he did during the course of training camp or in the meetings, and you smart mouth. Sometimes you do take it out on the field, but I'm not shitting on Cowboys fans or the team. I'm just saying y'all had a good controlled scrimmage. Y'all should be happy.
Yeah, compared to last year, we had a shitty.
I'm happy.
We are happy, but
I'm happy.
We want to see more. We want to see more.
I want to see some preseason. I want to see some depth. I want to see what these guys have. What's Julius Woods? What's happens when these games come
what's
on?
the next control scrimmage and what team y'all?
Well, the next control scrimmage is on the 18th, but they have a preseason game on Saturday. So
Yeah. Everybody plays this weekend.
Yeah, Randy.
We almost had
Football's
Max
back.
until the Ravens done the 2 number 1s. Willie Vassar, you're correct. And again, he's already on record saying he would play in Dallas. He's from Dallas, so I don't know what's
the thing with Von Miller. What's the story on Von Miller?
They don't want Von Miller. They don't want him.
They don't.
They must not, because
he's lost the stats, unfortunately. Yeah.
But wouldn't you think you want somebody
Wise.
that like the crowd
like
that?
Well, let me tell you, he is working out. If you ever been to the Star, he's working out literally a football throw from the entrance to the Star.
Oh wow.
He's that close. And he's from there. He wants to play for Dallas. It could happen as
I'd say it could. Yeah,
I would say if that happens, it would be after game 1. right, Phil?
I
Where
see.
it's a non-guaranteed contract because you sign any vested veteran now, the contract is guaranteed. Okay,
Right.
if you wait till after the first game of the year, then you could bring him in. But again, they don't seem to be into it now. Just wait
Right.
a little bit.
Because I think he's a difference maker in third down situations.
I think Crosby's coming to Dallas unless they're not trading Crosby. I keep going back to it. And I don't understand why these teams, maybe that's just why these teams have been bad, is because, and I know we haven't won a Super Bowl, but Dallas has had some really good seasons. We just had 3 12-win seasons back to back to back. You can't tell me we got lucky all 3 seasons in a row. I'm sure
No, y'all had a
I'm
good
sure
team
there'll
that
be
year.
somebody that says that, but it's who cares? The Raiders have the 3rd best odds to have the number 1 overall pick. They're not projected to have a good season. The Jets and the Miami Dolphins are at the top.
And the Cleveland Browns.
And the Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah.
So, again, there's good players on all those teams. So,
Yeah, but
they're not necessarily going to give them away right now. You may have to wait a couple months.
Yeah.
you wait till halfway through the season when
They
you
got to sell tickets.
Yeah, they got to
Yeah,
sell
they got
tickets.
it.
Exactly.
They got to sell jerseys. They got to sell jerseys. They still got
Gotta
to
sell
inventory.
jerseys,
They're just not going to
tickets,
start making
It's
new
crazy
jerseys.
to
They're
me.
just going to go ahead and sell the ones they have.
To
and
say
then,
that he doesn't want to play in Dallas. Of course he does. Of course he does.
I just believe Von Miller does want to play in Dallas. When he was with Washington, although he was on a bad football
And he
team.
played pretty good for you.
Yeah,
He's
a
situational guy, right? Just a pass rush only.
Yeah, he's a pass rusher.
That's
He
it.
had
if you bring him in for a role,
surprisingly, he had a lot more sacks than I thought he was going
He
to
had
have.
like 9 sacks, I thought.
Yes, 9 sacks.
So my thing is
a
this,
lot of
though.
pressures.
Is he
And a
different
lot
than
of
James
pressures.
Houston's, Phil? I mean, you already
That's
have
all you
James
want.
Houston. That's the thing. He's the same
That's
guy.
all you want your defensive end to do. To have a lot of sacks and a lot of pressures.
Well,
make that quarterback throw the ball when he doesn't want to throw the
unfortunately,
ball.
Christian Parker
I
runs
don't know.
a
When I saw his
defense where
tape, man,
you
I
gotta do
didn't
different
think
things.
he was getting on a lot of blocks and he wasn't getting off of them. And
Linda could talk about this. I mean,
Who's that? Who's that?
like Christian Parker wants you to do multiple things. When Eagles won their Super Bowl, the highest guy on their defensive line, I think, had 9 sacks. It was like 9. It was 6.5. It was 4.5. They had a multitude of guys. You saw it last year with Seattle, where they didn't have anybody that was a sack master. Again, you don't need that. You need a rotation of
people with 20
guys.
sacks.
You need a rotation of guys. But here's the difference. When you have Max Crosby, he can stop the run. He's a very good run stuffer. Very good. Also,
well, yeah, I mean, we were seeing that consistently where he was even shooting all the way across the line and getting to the play, even though
anybody
he
would
needed
have
someone else to
have
start it
Max
up.
Crosby.
But he would be involved in the running.
Eagles would love to have Max Crosby.
Well, let me just say this about Myles Garrett, and I said this equal to basketball. Myles Garrett went to a team, supposedly a stacked defensive team. He's not going to have those crazy sacks he had before. His sacks gonna go down because when you go to a good football team.
I agree with that.
When you go to a good football team or a good basketball team.
I would like to have him in a star. I'll tell you that.
Well, what they're saying about Momo, what they're saying is when the Rams don't need or want their edge rushers to worry about them. They just want you to pin your ears back. So he may continue his sack, but Myles Garrett's got a
10 or 12, but he won't get 20
plus. It's possible. I mean, it's possible. I mean, I know Dallas has had success. Tyler Guyton has had success. We beat Cleveland and Myles Garrett week 1 in Cleveland 2 years ago. Again, that was when Guyton was a rookie. You remember that, Dan?
Oh, yeah. I remember that very much.
You could deal with a good edge rusher. I'm just saying for my team where, Phil, we know we're getting pressure up the middle. They were in the backfield all day today. All day today. When you have Quinn
as a quarterback,
Williams,
I mean,
right?
pressure in your face, like immediately bad.
So what are you
Like,
going to do?
you
Flush
know,
out, and then you got Mad Max sitting there ready to take your head off.
well, yeah, immediately you're always telling people, hey, you always want to like step up into the pocket because that's where the rush comes. You know, where the rush is getting pushed behind you, you want to step up. But if the center is obviously being pushed into your back, which we had a lot of that with Tyler Guyton. Not Tyler Guyton, Tyler Biotish.
Yeah.
You know, with Tyler Biotish was just getting beat by power. I mean, not even power. Let's be real. A middle linebacker would come in that was half his size and would just blow him off the line. So I think with the division that we have, we had to really kind of strengthen that interior line to go against all the defensive tackles that we had inside here. I mean, because let's be real, Washington not too long ago had a hell of amazing defensive tackle room as well. I'm a little questionable about now, but that was one thing that they had. They had, Jonathan Allen and what was the other guy that they traded off?
Yeah.
But either way, so us to be able to jump to that, I think that was something we were missing because, man, under Dan Quinn, and I know Momo can get this, you get slashed. You tend to get slashed. You can get quarterback, but you start to get slashed a lot.
Yeah. I mean, I hear at game time. Have you talked to Brad lately? I hope he's doing well. Twiz, I have not. Brad didn't like the fact that I had a lot of Eagle people in here. Remember, he liked my channel and it was cute and neat and not a lot of people. Once it got bigger, he would literally say, "This is a Cowboys channel." No, I want to do something different, which is why I was telling Drew's allowed to have his opinion. I was just saying it's not really helping when you just jump on. There was really no reason to be negative. You guys can get humor out of us liking today's scrimmage. It wasn't a practice moment. It was a scrimmage. Again, Stafford played. Devontae Adams, Puka Nacua, the running back, Kyron Williams. I mean, okay. I mean, I don't know what else you want us to do. We earmarked this. We earmarked this practice when we saw it. Wow. They got their ass handed to them in the last 2 years against the Rams, and it just so happens the last 2 years have been horrible. They're coming off 3 straight 12-win seasons. I know that's not the goal, but you have to win games in order to get into the playoffs and then choke. But, I mean, I'm being funny, but that's the goal. So they had a fantastic day.
We play to win the game.
It was a fantastic day, Loyal. I don't know what anybody wants me to say. Stop. That's all it is. That doesn't mean we win anything. And you ask me my opinion about the Eagles, I think they have a very good defense, and I think their offenses have question marks all over it. That doesn't mean I'm telling Linda that they can't be good. You could be good. I mean, not everything's black and white. So I guess you want me just to stand on it and say something that I don't know. Because you don't know that they're going to be good. I don't know that they're not going to be good. That's why we have opinions. Opinions are like, well, anyway. Brad wigged out. Yes, Coyote. He definitely wigged out.
Oh, somebody's saying that Chicago Bears lost Kobe Bryant for the season.
Oh, that's a cornerback.
Yeah.
Sparta, what's up, brother?
I think he's out 4 to 6 months.
That's what you don't want with these any of this stuff.
Exactly
you really,
right.
I mean,
That's why.
Yeah.
I would rather have what we did today, Mom. Is he gone? No, he's still
no,
there.
iPhone is still here.
Yeah, I would rather have what we did today than have to worry about these scrimmage games.
Momo.
These
Well, I'm glad
preseason
Barnham
games.
didn't play today. I
No.
don't want him getting hurt seriously.
Again, we have Barnum, Bullard, Hooker, and Devin Moore did not play.
Well,
The
Devin
Rams
Moore
only
was in there
had
for a little
Myles
bit. He
Garrett.
got
That
beat.
was
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Hooker was out for personal reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah, personal. Yep.
Again, I don't understand. And then I give an opinion that I think your Eagles offense
Who are y'all
struggle.
playing in a preseason game?
Let's see.
Seattle.
See, now you're telling. See, Momo, like come Saturday, I'll be on board with you. I could care less other than the guys need to work and we need to finish out our roster. I could care less if we win. I really don't care. Honestly.
But Brian, what are you looking for? You looking for can a guy stay in his position? Can he understand the play? Can he do like a Justin Barron does and be in position to make a play when it comes to you?
Yeah. Joe Milton didn't necessarily have a good day today. Sam Howell threw the touchdown.
I want to see Sam Howell Saturday. Is who I want to
my
see.
thing is this, Randy. If I'm a little concerned about our backup, like offensive linemen. right?
Oh yeah.
If we
Oh,
have
yeah.
to get to that, this is where, Momo, we could look horrible Saturday night. And then we'll have the same people who shit on us today, right? With the ones out there are going to say, oh, see, you suck. When you really, if the backup offensive line can't protect Joe Milton and Sam Howell, and they can't get the ball out to the young wide receivers, then you get nothing accomplished.
Yep.
You know what I'm
So
saying?
what you thought about Blue? Did Blue have a good day?
No, Blue fumbled the football. And Drew's like, oh, you got to cut him already? I'm just saying.
Was
No,
that the only play he did?
That's
Or
a step in the wrong direction.
Or is that the only one
Yeah.
that they noticed?
Or did they take him out? Did they take him out?
I
after the
don't
fumble?
really know. I know Blue
Yeah.
fumbled the football. I was working today, so please forgive me. It was not televised, so we're getting what all the sports writers tell us. So, again, Malik Davis had a long run. Malik Davis, that's all he does is have long runs in actual football games. So
I like Malik Davis. I don't know why they keep putting him back
again,
and back and back.
I think they're done with that because he plays special
I hope
teams.
so.
I think Jaden Blue needs to get his head out of his ass and learn how to hold on to the football in the NFL. Who's the guy that we had against the Eagles that fumbled? He was an NFL veteran. Who was it last year? We were driving.
Oh, the guy that fumbled on the goal line.
We were.
Yeah, he's an ex-Carolina. Ex-Carolina.
Who the hell was that?
Yeah. Was his name Brown? I don't remember.
Can't think of his name. I know Eagle people will get it. I mean, he was.
Jimbo will know.
Yeah, I mean, who was that?
Who are you talking about?
No,
the guy who fumbled the ball on the punt.
It wasn't Swift.
Last
it
year.
was another.
Sanders.
Miles Sanders. Derek
Miles
J.
Sanders,
Bang.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you, Derek.
Yes, Miles Sanders. Again, I liked him, but Miles Sanders has always had that issue. And don't you know it cost us a game? Now people say, "Oh, dude, come on now." Odds are it cost us the game. Odds are. Yeah, we could have lost,
but he always had little fumble issues holding on the ball.
He did.
But I'm just saying, Jaden Blue had I love him, but if you can't hold on to the football, you can't stay in the NFL. That's just the bottom line.
I think it's going to take him a couple years to adjust to the speed to the NFL.
So what if I told you that you have to cut him and try and if you cut him, is somebody going to pick him up, Randy?
Yeah, somebody will.
Okay,
that's why
then,
I want to try to keep him and he's got to hold on to the ball like you said. That's the bottom line.
All right,
because he can be good. He can be real good.
Michael Trigg scored a touchdown. You can't keep everybody. That's my issue.
Can I ask you a question?
Filmmaker's got to go.
He ain't going.
Has anybody seen Anthony Smith? I have not seen anything.
No, he hasn't done much.
The other one,
he was out there
Camden,
today, but
Brown
they
or
didn't show much.
Camden Brown.
Camden Brown. He caught another touchdown today. He looked good.
So, again, like Eagles love Cooper. I'm Camden Brown standing out in Dallasville. But let's be honest, we're talking about number 4 at best.
Yeah.
So, there's a good chance they'll cut Camden Brown and try and get him on a practice squad. There's a good chance. I thought Trayshawn Holden looked great. He didn't score a touchdown. But this is where, like to Momo's point, I'm not looking forward to preseason games because you're going to have backup offensive linemen. You're going to have quarterbacks who probably aren't going to be able to throw the ball. That's what's annoying to me is our backup offensive lineman doesn't look.
I think it's crazy that people bet on this stuff.
Yeah, I would never bet.
I see people bet on shaving their head. I was like, really? Preseason?
Hey, here's my biggest problem with preseason football. They charge you full price for tickets.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy. And you have to buy the tickets to buy the season tickets. That's the problem.
So I hate if like a random family wants to watch. Okay, I can't get the regular season game. Let me go and watch a regular football game. Although it's not the regular players, I want to be in the ambiance and be there. A family of 3 or 4 go there.
Possible, Clemente. I didn't hear that, brother.
You can. I'm not saying that all the tickets are full price.
Tiki had a fumbling problem.
I'm just saying the decent ticket where you can see the game are full price.
That's part of it, though. Every sport wants to make you pay full price for their season tickets.
I think that's a bad. look for the NFL to have
Jay Smooth wants to get rid of Mingo.
these season tickets in a preseason game, because I was saying something on my channel, guys. And what I said is that the NFL changed the name from exhibition to preseason because they look at money. Because you say exhibition, it's okay. People wasn't really going to the games. When they say preseason, that people in their mind think, okay, I may be able to watch some of these top players play. Preseason is a money maker. They changed the name to make money.
So I see on one of the ESPN Live, it says that Nate Wiggins, the Ravens cornerback, was carted off the field. Couldn't put weight on his left knee.
That's a big loss for Baltimore. It's a very big loss for them.
Yeah. That's again. This is
that's what's feared for everybody. You don't want to see that happen to anybody. That's the scary part.
Was that a padded practice, or he played a scrimmage against another team?
It was just a practice thing.
I mean, you go every website, Dallas aced the test. Yet we're getting criticized for being excited. Everybody is reporting that Dallas did phenomenal today. What does it mean? It means that they're building in the right direction. Everywhere you go, there's nothing wrong with it. Everybody, Eagles have a great, if I guarantee you, if like some of their people have great games this weekend, you're going to hear that too, and that's fine. There's no reason to,
I mean, I just not a Cowboy fan, as you know.
But that doesn't mean nothing. I could speak about the Commanders, even though I don't root for them.
I mean, I just don't. Somebody was saying, "Hey, we signed this person." I'm happy that. Welcome to the 21st century, Cowboy fans. Y'all doing things that you should have done 20 years ago. That's all.
I agree with that. You know what? I'm not going to say I'm sorry to anybody. I'm happy with the way this offseason's gone. I'm happy with what we've done. I'm happy with the young coaches we've brought in, because they seem to be teaching players how to play the game, how they're supposed to. So I'm not going to apologize for that. We're going to be better this year. That's and we're going to win. When we're going to go to the playoffs, I'm telling you right now, this team is going to the playoffs. Mark it on the calendar. You got receipts. You got them.
Okay, so here's the thing. I really believe that all four of these teams going to be up on each other.
Well, all the teams have improved, I believe.
As far as my Washington football team goes, Dan Quinn, believe it or not, a lot of people don't understand this. He's on the hot seat.
He is, Momo. I agree with you.
He's on the hot seat.
He's the only guy not to get released.
Below 500 record this year, he's no longer going to be the head coach.
Yeah, he'll be a head coach in Miami or something.
Jesse Benny sent you a message.
Oh, he might be a defensive coordinator someone else.
You play in
Colorado. He'll be Colorado with prime time.
Yeah, right.
Well, I think that ship has sailed, because his team's
he might leave now. He might leave soon. Yeah.
Yeah. I think he's gone and like that. He might go to Dallas, be the next head coach of Dallas Cowboys.
Don't be talking that nonsense.
Who's that? Dan Quinn?
Prime time.
Nah.
Momo's been getting into the medication again.
Settle down a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, they'll take that many medications.
Settle down just a little bit.
Jesse, I want to ask you, man. How's your Giants looking in camp?
Jack with you today.
What's that?
How's your Giants looking in camp? I don't know much about the Giants.
It looks outstanding. They've been hush, but that defense is looking sharp. But it's camp.
Yeah.
Scrimmage. Scrimmage.
Positive steps.
It's positive. It's positive.
Positive steps. That's what I can always say. That's why I haven't said anything.
You know what the most funniest thing in the world, Jesse, to me is that you look at the fans' participation, how they could go to the camp. It's funny to me that Washington is the only team in the division allows you to get free tickets online and don't charge you nothing. Everybody else, and they have all these dates that you can watch it, and they go. I said, "Damn, are we that bad?" They
actually got a gold section to watch the practice. You got to pay extra. I mean, come on now, stop.
Yeah. but for the
What's up,
most part,
Clarence Phillips? How are you,
Washington
brother?
is the only NFC East team that don't charge hardly any. They don't charge nothing for parking
Yeah,
or
I
tickets.
know. Maybe
You
they
could get
yeah.
Washington, because of course they got the dates. Got all these dates. You can go.
Don't get used to it because once they open a new stadium, they're charging
Oh
for
yeah,
everything.
once they got
Yeah,
these
not
stadiums,
only
a
that,
wrap.
the beers are still going to cost $15-$20 a piece right
You
now.
may not have sewage dropped on your head.
Well,
but-
the draft wasn't at $21 a beer.
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Yep.
I mean, I
Water
saw-
was how much, Momo?
I think it was $8.
I was watching the prices as you walk by, and the restaurant was like, "Damn."
I think
Yeah,
when
you
it
gotta get at
happened,
the right
when the
spot.
draft happened there, I will certainly be. I'm going to be there. But this just it'll be interesting how they set it up. I want to be there.
Make sure you bring your battery charger, Momo.
Oh, funny. I had my battery charger.
But anyway, all right, everybody, we're gonna roll out of here. I appreciate it. Again, it was a very positive day for the Cowboys. It does mean something because we've been down here before. When you look at all the outlets, iron sharpens iron. It was a fantastic day for the Dallas Cowboys. Okay, what does that mean? It's a step in the right direction. They're trying to build this defense. They're trying to see how to shape the roster. And when you go up against other teams, 1s and 2s,
Yeah.
you know, it was very positive. So,
Well, yeah.
it wasn't
Because when you
all
see your
positive,
offense,
you know.
Yeah, later.
when you see your offense play well, you're like, okay, that's a good
Momo.
thing. You're not looking at the defense going, well, what happened on that side? You're like, hell yeah, we scorched that guy. When the defense does their thing, you're thinking on the other side where when you're watching them play against each other, man, I can't help see the positive, but I see such the negative as well too. Because as much as Ravel did well today during our practices, Pickens was, balling against him, but we understand how Pickens is,
Yeah, and to your point, he was in Pickens' hip pocket, but doesn't matter. Pickens goes up
That's
and
it.
pulls it down. That's the thing.
Yep.
Again, as much as I love
So you can only go for that. Yep.
Kenyon Mitchell, when you look at teams, they are not afraid of Kenyon Mitchell. He's a great player, but you need to get pressure on the quarterback. That's where it comes.
That's it.
And that's why I'm telling you guys that if Dallas can do this trade with Max Crosby, they're winning the division. If not, then they're in for a dogfight because I don't know that they could consistently get pressure from the outside.
Agreed.
Right? With teams like the Eagles who it's going to be interesting to see how the Eagles do it because Jalen's lining up under center a lot. They were near the bottom in motion offense last year, Eagles, and now so far in training camp, I know they're doing a lot of motion. So again, a lot of motion means penalties, means a lot of things that aren't good, but we love motion.
It opens up your offense.
Yeah. So, but how is that going to affect when you're under center, you running the ball, right?
Well, you should see some different things this year on our offense. I mean, don't you expect to see George Pickens in motion? You see him in the slot.
Again, they're working on a lot when it comes to the red zone. So, my only argument to Drew is that Dallas was at a position of they were already bad on defense. And they've added, and they're going up. We can argue about how high, Phil, but they're definitely going to be better.
Dude, my stat is always points per game. Like as much as all that other stuff, it's also points per game.
I guess that we were talking overall, so he's picking out. But the bottom line is Dallas was bad. Okay, you could say like total, but like points given up, Dallas gave up more points than anyone in history. And than any Cowboy team had ever given up last year. They averaged a field goal a possession.
I think.
So, they're going to be better. I'm not going to stand on the hill and say that they're going to be top 5 defense. Derek J thinks they're going to be anywhere from 8 to 12. I think.
I'm out of here, guys.
See you, buddy.
Yeah, thanks for sticking with us,
buddy.
But I agree with you, Brian. I think if our defense can stand up and stop the other team 1 to 2 times a game more than we did last year, we're going to score more points. And they're going to score less. And that's going to be the difference in four wins possibly.
Well, you saw 3 interceptions today, one by a starting quarterback, Matt Stafford, who everybody has him as one of the best quarterbacks, the top 100, every list, Matt Stafford. He was the MVP last year, people. We just by alignment alone, people were in their spots and they played the defense. How, like Christian Parker runs that defense, you have to drop in a zone, to Phil's point. And when you're dropping in a zone and having to make quick decisions because Williams and Kenny Clark are on your ass, that's what happens. Now, if you add a Max Crosby, now Malachi Lawrence, it's going to take a little bit. Ezaraku had a sack, but I'm not
I
willing
still
to.
don't expect him to be like
I'm
all
not
pro.
willing
Yeah.
to line up Phil and say I'm going to bank on Easy to do it game in and game out. I think he's going to be better than last year, but if you can make a trade for Sweat or Max, anybody that is consistent opposite Rashawn Gary, who had a sack and was in the backfield a lot today, I think watch out. Now if you get that player, now you're looking at top 10 defense. And as much as they want to hammer Kobe Durant, you're going to see. Hopefully the man stays healthy. He's been Savone Ravel, arguably the best talent in the draft at the cornerback position, who was hurt. Maybe you see it this year. Deron Bland is Deron Bland. He's going to gamble. He's good. He's not good.
50.
Right.
Yeah.
So
you're going to see some big plays against him. You'll see he'll make a play.
If you can't get pass rush from the outside, sometimes you can get all the pass rush in the middle, but a quarterback can roll out, and then you want to have it all, don't you? I want to be greedy. So
maybe I
being
have
said-
a little.
yeah.
Maybe I have a little bit of
Hey,
doubt
Tim Panel,
in
how
the
are you?
Cowboys season, but if they do manage to go make that big, massive trade that we've been saying, then yeah, maybe they can go for the division and go to the playoffs. I just don't know if the Jones boys can pull that trigger.
Yeah,
I just don't know.
Yeah,
That's true.
I don't know. I don't know that they can.
I don't think they will. I think it's all hearsay.
I don't think there's a team in this division this year that's superior above the other. That's my opinion. That's why I think we have a good shot at winning this division this year. That's just my thought.
Yeah, well, that's why I
I
thought
feel
it was.
like it's going to be the Eagles and Cowboys.
That's why I thought it was
every year.
interesting when like Drew was comparing our offense. Like I didn't understand because their defense was ranked 13th and their offense was ranked 23rd.
But Wicks has never been a starter.
Dallas's offense was ranked 3rd and their defense was 30th. So I mean, I just don't understand. It's not it's not that far off. I just don't, but again, you have to, he's not going to look at it that way. I don't know. Dallas drops to 10 and goes, if you're I heard a stat. I know I said I was leaving. I am. Tom Brady never won a Super Bowl without a top 10 defense. I will repeat. Tom Brady never won a Super Bowl without a top 10 defense. Eagles won their Super Bowls. I believe both of their defenses were top 10. You got to make your defense somehow get to a top 10. I don't see it happening without making another move or two. That's all. That's all. As well as we played today, I don't know. And I think that's how you win Super Bowl. So if you want to be super, you got to make more moves. And I think that's what Jerry's trying to do. On that note, we're out of here. All right, everybody. I will talk to everybody tomorrow. All right.
Have a good night, y'all.
Bye, everybody.